97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Byrne.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Don't freeze as it gets colder. If your furnace isn't working, Air Comfort Service can get you back in your comfort zone fast with a service call for only $99. Get your furnace serviced. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
Happy Friday. Welcome to the Annie Fry Show. We're glad that you're here with us this afternoon. We have a poll question today that how often when I'm the one who puts the polls together, I'm the one who comes up with it, I'm the one who asks the question every day. How often do I run the poll by you guys?
Oh, once a month.
Monthly?
If that.
If that, yeah.
And it's usually a Friday one because they're weirder.
I'm not talking about when I'm like, guys, I got nothing. Help me.
Okay.
I'm talking about how many times I'm like, I think I'd like to ask this poll. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd still say maybe less than once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not often.
I'd say maybe twice a year.
Oh, really?
That I'm like, I want to ask this question, but
You're on the
not.
bubble.
I'm not sure if I should.
Well, if you get that specific, then maybe you're right.
There are a lot of times where I'll ask you guys a question like, here's the question I want to ask. What are the 4 options that you would put in here? Because I know who my 4 are. Maybe I know who my 2 are, and I want to make sure that I'm getting a wider breadth of suggestions there. So I polled the show before I'm polling you, the audience here, and I know that this is kind of a risky poll. Ethan, can you come in here real quick? Is he sitting out there? I can feel his attention. He peeked up like a groundhog. No, what do you call those? Gophers?
Gophers. Yeah.
Whack-a-mole?
Prairie dog.
Mole?
Yeah, it's just a mole.
Is Ethan a mole or a prairie dog?
We should probably ask him. You moling or you prairie dogging?
Okay.
What the hell does that mean?
Don't ask questions that you do not want answers to. I was talking about how I polled you guys about the poll today. And I wanted Ethan in here because I want to get your reaction to what we did choose. They approved it. They said we should do that. But the question we're asking you, and I'm going to take phone calls on this at 12:18. So in a little over 10 minutes from right now, you're going to be able to call in and weigh on this moment in the country, but specifically how you feel about it interacting with the show. How do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on this show? Just right, too much, not enough. So we're exposing ourselves a little bit here. Ryan, your first initial reaction when I asked you, should we go here?
I'm on the line. Oh, like, what's my answer to the question?
No,
or just
about
to the
me
poll?
asking if I should ask the question.
Well, I like the poll because I would like to know what people think. I want to see the results of this poll. So I have my own thoughts about it, but I really like to see what everybody says.
Ethan?
My first thought was, what do you do with the answer depending on whether you like it or not?
Mm-hmm.
That was my first thought. So I immediately had some hesitancy. But I like it. You're putting yourself out there, and you're seeking the opinion of the people.
Brad?
When I heard it, I thought it was a great poll question. I want to know what the audience thinks. This is my producer brain here. I want to know what the audience thinks because we would like to serve them with more of what they want. But also, I have some pretty strong personal opinions on this as well, and I would like to be able to share that on air as well.
Well, Scooter says, I'm going to go with just right. So Scooter has weighed in. He was the first comment today. It was nice of him. Erica says, it's your show. You can discuss faith as much as you want. I don't share your faith, but I respect it. At the same time, I came here for the political discussion. Betsy says just right. And Ender says, who's here all the time. Mm-hmm. So obviously, whatever we do here on the show hasn't completely pushed him away yet. Ender says too much. Not that it's a bad thing, however. I'm not religious, so I'm not here to hear faith-based discussions, but I understand you, the showrunner, and the staff are, which I respect. So we appreciate those comments so far, and we do want to hear what you think about this poll. And, to Ethan's comment, what he wrote in our private group message was as long as you don't stop talking about your faith, I think is how you said it.
Basically.
Yeah. Or as long as it doesn't change how much you talk about your faith.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this poll and then have the results be like, well, 43% of the people said you talk about it too much and the rest of the numbers shake out less than that, so we're going to eliminate faith from this show. But I am curious because I have an intent in my heart and in my head when I talk about my faith, and we all here discuss our faith on the air but also off the air as well. It's an integral part of who we are. It's the part of who we are. This all comes down to Charlie Kirk, because Charlie Kirk talked about his faith as much as he talked about politics, but he certainly did talk about politics. And I've been kind of reflecting a bit myself on the Charlie Kirk delivery and purpose and intent. And I feel like I feel very connected from the way this show has gone about its business. I feel like it's similar to what Charlie Kirk does on a much more massive scale than what we're doing here from noon to 3 on 97.1. But regularly I feel very, very, very keyed into the idea that everything we talk about politically has to be rooted in something. And we talk about how politics is downstream from culture. And it's hard for me to talk about culture without talking about my family. And if I'm talking about my family, that's rooted in faith. Like, everything is rooted in faith. That's the foundational element of who I am. We hear so often about people who maybe aren't of this walk of life, and we hear about the foundational things, that the elements that make up why they are the way they are. And I just think that in the years that I've been doing this show, I feel like, at least at the beginning, faith wasn't something that was really discussed at all. I would even say that Donald Trump's first administration was not a faith-based administration in any way, shape, or form. The second term, much more so, because a bullet nicked his ear. And I think he came to grips with what would have happened if that bullet would have taken him out. So I think that the moment that we're in right now is one where faith is more central than it has ever been to the overall discussion. Like, I think that you can't have the conversation about politics and policy and what's important and, what is government there to provide and to protect and to get out of the way from. And that has to be based on something. It's not the first part of the conversation. The first part of the conversation has to be, well, what's important in life? And if you can't, if you're somebody who's afraid to say, well, the most important thing about my life is my faith and everything comes after that, I think a lot of people have been made to be afraid of that. And then furthermore, we have to ask ourselves a question right now. If you talk about your faith and you talk about your politics at the same time, like this show does, are you in danger? So have I had the intrusive thoughts like, Annie, maybe you should tone down the faith a little bit? Have I had those thoughts? I have, because I think that those types of conversations are definitely a contributing factor as to why Charlie Kirk isn't with his wife and kids any longer. I don't really have an answer to this. I don't really know what I don't really know what the poll results are going to tell me, but I felt like maybe we should ask it. And then when I see the results, I'll react to those results. Like, to Ethan's point, like, as long as you don't stop talking about your faith, that was his response to, should I ask this poll or not? I really don't know what the results are going to tell me. I'm not looking for confirmation here, because I've come out and talked about my faith quite a lot on the show without it necessarily being the popular thing to do, or knowing that I know a lot of you, just like Ender out there, I know a lot of you who listen to the show who are not Christian faith-based people. I have friends who are Jewish who listen to the show. And I know when I'm talking about the Christian faith that I'm talking to people of the Jewish faith who happen to believe the same things I do politically, and I don't want those people to be listening to the show and go, well, that's not for me because Annie says this is a Christian environment. That's not ever what I'm saying. But if you have listened to the show to get to know me, you have to get to know what my life is built on. And also, at the same time, how entirely broken my life is and why I feel what's made it whole. All of that comes before I'm like, what should abortion policy be? What should healthcare policy be? What should education policy be? It's rooted in the family. Any thoughts before we take a break?
I'd be curious to know, and I don't know if you want to answer this personally or just in general, because you kind of hit on it. If political leaders / media leaders in the last week and a half become afraid in light of an assassination of a major political / media leader. I know that it has not done anything to me. I mean, emotionally, I've been very distraught over the event, but I don't feel unsafe. And I just wonder if there's a lot of people who, in light of that, people who have maybe even bigger platforms than we do, of course, really do feel like, oh, I need to step back from this a little bit. And I just don't know. I don't know the answer to that. And I guess this poll kind of plays into that, but not it's not the exact question.
Well, we want you to vote, and if you don't want to call in, we're going to take phone calls right now. If you don't want to call in and you want to leave a comment, even if you want to say, if it's nuanced, that's fine too. If you want to say, well, I really like it when you do this, but I could do less with that, or whatever it might be. If you think, if this compels you to comment, and I feel like maybe this is something that people either really love about the show or really hate about the show. So I felt like this might be something that people feel like, oh, this is my opportunity to get my 2 cents in. Come to the Annie Fry YouTube chat, vote in the poll, which is in the live chat portion of the show, and also give us a call. And we're going to take those phone calls. And I am aware that there are going to be some people who come on and praise me for how much I talk about Jesus. That's not going to make me feel good. That's going to make me feel like, thanks be to God, not to me, of course. But I know that there are also going to be people who potentially are going to call in and be not flattering about it. So I don't know what's going to happen next. And we are putting ourselves out there, but we do that every day from noon to 3, and we do it for you. And I'd like to hear what you have to say. 314-241-9797, 314-241-9797. Let us know, how do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on the show? It's being talked about across the country in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death. I'm kind of one who believes it should be talked about in conjunction with Charlie Kirk's life, which we're going to do as well. And we're going to talk about it here on the Annie Fry Show next.
Them high heel shoes, and when you're ready to quit, baby, we can slip right out of that barroom door. And when I take you
Talk
home,
lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
Stewart's American Mortgage, Bagel Loan, 314-324-4440. Call 314-324-4440 and talk to Stewie about your mortgage. We had him in yesterday. Great podcast opportunity to listen. If you are somebody who has been thinking about tackling a financial situation where you might be put into a position to save a lot of money. He told a story yesterday. I think it was a veteran who he worked with who saved $800 a month by pairing up with Stewie to tackle some financial woes that he had been dealing with. And Stewie helped him put together a plan that was workable and achievable. So whether you are struggling financially, a lot of people are struggling right now. I've heard people say to me, like, I feel like I am a poor person. I make a middle class income, should be doing fine, and it's just a struggle right now. If you found yourself getting too far behind, or if you want to do a refinance and get the lower rates that are available to you on your mortgage, this is the time to call Stewie and have the conversation. He's going to tell you exactly how he can help you at 314-324-4440. You can Google the Bagel Loan for more information, NMLS number 226715.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
We, without hesitation, recommend that anybody work with ThrottleNet. The experience will be as good as it's been for us, for anybody, because you'll get a true partnership and you'll be able to rest easy that you're going to get the service that you need while they're also doing all those things that you don't want to have to think about, that you don't want to have to worry about. They're always doing that in the background for you.
Don't wait for your next IT crisis. If your business depends on technology, you need a partner that's got your back. Contact ThrottleNet.com to get a free IT evaluation and see how we can support your IT everything.
You've been listening to the very popular Wellness One for many years, Saturdays and Sundays on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to share that we've expanded the show to 4 times a week. Yes, 4 times every weekend. Saturday at 10 a.m., Saturday at 8 p.m., Sunday at 9 a.m., and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the same great show designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you a common sense, science-based strategy for a healthy life. So join TJ and Aaron for Wellness One. Now 4 times a week on 97.1 FM Talk.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Quote Renter's Insurance at progressive.com.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis conservative. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. The YouTube poll for the day is, how do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on this show? Is it just right? Is it too much? Or is it not enough? 314-241-9797. We have 2 lines open right now. Ethan's getting through and screening everybody who has called in. So 314-241-9797 if you want to grab one of those open lines. Before I get to the phone lines, though, Ryan, wouldn't you say that Charlie Kirk's death has brought attention to not just the politics of the right, but also the religion of, I will say, conservatives, but I think even a lot more people who have been like, I think I might just go to church again.
It's been great. It's taken it one level deeper. The political discussions that we have are important, but then you go a little bit down into the earth a little bit further, and that's where Charlie Kirk, I think, was deeply rooted, and it's why he was tough to beat in a debate, because he had thought through all of his positions, and they came from that depth of his faith. Although, like you said yesterday, he was able to debate from a place of pure reason and politics, too. So that's why he was so good at it. You could do either or.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right, let's get to some of these phone calls. 314-241-9797. 314-241-9797. We got one line open. Start with Matt. Matt, thanks for calling the Annie Fry Show. How do you feel about how frequently we talk about faith here on this show?
Well, I think it's just about right. I mean, you know, you guys on your show mentioned Christ or Christianity, your faith, you know, with you and your family and the others. And with the Kirk situation, I think it has to be mentioned. I mean, he was blessed to be able to do that most of his living life, you know, preaching the gospel, using scripture to help people that were kind of lost, help people that were in doubt. And the amazing part of it is, you know, being a Republican, not just voting for Trump, but voting for the Republican Party and the policies that they have. I really think he turned a lot of voters in Trump's favor, and I know he's personally helped me. That's why I was telling the guy that took the call here originally, you know, that even myself, I'm a Christian, and I was kind of slipping, just not going to church and stuff, and coming across him on YouTube was so interesting and amazing, because it's almost like he discipled me, and we need that, you know, to hear you say something. We need that. I need that when I'm listening to the radio, driving this dump truck. I'm sitting under an asphalt bin now.
Did you say dump truck or dumb truck?
I'm in a dump truck.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to get loaded with asphalt.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, Matt.
So God bless him. You know, I mean, I'm so sad he passed. I like that Trump's doing the legacy thing. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'd be really curious to see how he handled the fellow that took his life. You know, I kind of almost want to, you know, ask his wife, what would Charlie say? Getting kind of far in there, but I really think it's a special area, whatever Trump's about ready to say, and how they handle and wrap all this up.
Yeah.
Because the light's on us, light's on the Republicans on how we handle this, you know. But I don't know.
Matt, thank you for the phone call. I really appreciate it. And thank you for what you do and for keeping us on in your dump truck.
Thank you.
And taking us with you as you're working hard out there. We're grateful for you.
Thanks, Annie.
Take care. Bye-bye. Is how many people, that's, I think, one of the most powerful things about the tragedy that happened is that how many people looked up Charlie Kirk, A, for the first time, or B, they knew who he was because of maybe what they had heard about him, but they found out for what he was for real for the first time. And I have a hard time finding any clip from Charlie Kirk that doesn't make a really salient, thought-out, educated political point, which maybe at the end of the day you still disagree with. But there's a faith element to almost everything that he brings to that microphone, every conversation he has. William, thank you for calling the Annie Fry Show. How do you feel about how frequently we talk about faith here on this show?
Annie, I think you're doing a great job. I think you bring it up when it's appropriate. I am born and raised in St. Louis. I live in the Central West End right now. I went to Parkway Central. I'm a mortgage banker, and so I've always been a Republican, and I actually came from a Jewish family. But in 2019, I dedicated my life to Jesus. He saved my life, and I got baptized this past summer. And I really appreciate hearing you talk about your faith. I think you're a very, you're a very smart woman. You're a very pleasant woman, and I don't think it's overbearing. I just think you have love for your faith, and you're a good woman, and I don't think there's anything wrong with you sharing that.
Well, I really appreciate you, William. I'm really happy to hear about your story. Thank you for keeping us as part of your afternoon and for the encouragement as well. We're grateful for it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Why'd you look at me like that when he said those nice things about me?
They were very nice.
Do you agree with him?
I would say one of them. Smart woman, pleasant woman. I would say I'd give you half of those.
Half of each?
No.
To make one
No, I
whole?
just pick one. Spin the dial.
I thought William was great. Let's see here. Let's talk to Denise. Denise, thank you for calling the Annie Fry Show. How do you feel about how frequently we talk about faith here on this show?
Well, I have to agree with William. I think you were doing a great job.
Thank you.
I would personally like to see a little more because everybody needs a little more Jesus. But I understand from the business point of view, you've got to keep everybody not happy, but engaged. And some people get turned off by any kind of spiritual talking. See what happened to Charlie. It's a tragedy that he was sharing his faith, doing it respectfully. Of course, sometimes the debates would get a little heated, but that's okay because he was still debating with people. And I really enjoy when you get on and have some of your, I won't call it a rant, but when you are speaking from your heart, because it is not forcing your faith onto people, but it is allowing them to see that you are passionate about it. And more of us need to be passionate.
Denise, thank you. I appreciate that. And for every person who loves what they will usually coin as a rant, I usually get somebody who's like, Annie, stop yelling at me. So, Denise, thanks for being in the column that makes me feel better about that. Thank you for listening,
Yes,
Denise.
indeed.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
You
bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.
Let's get to Tony.
What toppings?
Hey.
Large fry, large vanilla shake, no cream, no cherry.
Tony, I'm going to put you on hold, and we'll get back to you after.
No, let's stay with
No,
Tony.
I want to know what he's ordering. And I want to give Tony the chance to talk, and I want to make sure he gets his french fries.
And a shake.
Tony, my intel says that Tony was going to tell me to talk about my faith too much. So we're going to get back to Tony.
Please come back to Tony.
We will go back to Tony. Let's get to Matthew. Matthew, thank you for calling the Annie Fry Show. Are you ordering fries?
Hi, Annie. I think you do a great job. Two real quick comments. One, religion and politics are the two most important topics we have. Politics have to do with how we're going to live life while we're here, and religion has to do with how we're going to live life after. On the Charlie Kirk thing, I knew of him. I'd never sought him out. My wife loved him. When he was taken from us, I felt like something really good was stolen from us, and I wasn't somebody who was looking for him. But years ago, I heard a preacher talking about the early church, and he said that when Satan intends to be a chainsaw and cut the tree of faith down at its roots, God uses him like pruning shears, and the tree just gets bigger and stronger. And, yeah, I think you do a great job of listening every day.
Matthew?
Love you guys to death. Ryan, you're a riot.
Oh, easy.
Brad, Ethan, good people.
Matthew, you have a great voice. Do you want to be my co-host?
Actually, Annie, I would love to get into voiceover work. I'm not looking to be a radio host or anything.
Neither's Ryan.
But I could do a really good radio voice.
Ooh.
That is really good.
Can you do that, Ryan?
No. Matthew, this job is taken, though, so.
Okay. That's Tony Colombo once told me I had the best radio voice he'd ever heard.
It's a great voice, and we love Tony. Matthew, thank you for calling the show. We appreciate you.
All right.
He could just come do big voice guy stuff.
He could maybe do that. Yeah, he could take our voice guy's work.
If he got on the Odyssey app, he could do it.
He should do that right now.
Do some imaging for Wiggins America.
Yeah, do some imaging for Wiggins America.
Wiggins?
We
Yeah,
might
please
change
do
the
it for
show.
Wiggins America.
Depending on what you call it.
Okay. Should we go back to Tony?
Yes.
Let's see if Tony's there. Tony, I'm talking about you on the air. I haven't put you on the air yet. I'm just giving you a heads up that we're about to.
Give him 6 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tony, thank you for calling the Annie Fry Show. Are you there?
Is it me?
Yes, it's you. How are your French fries?
I haven't gotten them yet. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. It was great. It made our day.
I knew it was going to happen.
That's all right. That's okay. Where are you eating right now? Ryan wants to know.
Steak and Shake.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, nice. Those are beef tallow.
Beef tallow fries.
There you go.
There's the best French fries. We want to know for you the poll that we're asking today. How do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on this show? Just right, too much, or not enough?
I think it's a little too much, personally.
And why is that?
Not that it's a bad thing. I would say sometimes when you get on what the last gal said about a rant, that's when I'm kind of reaching for the volume knob to turn it down.
Okay. Is it just
Sorry.
no, it's okay.
It's very honest.
It is. And I know that I know you're not the only one out there, Tony, that feels like that. Is it what I'm saying or is it how I'm saying it?
Wow. I guess all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you
I
rather
hadn't thought about it like that.
Would you rather Ryan rant?
No.
Are you sure?
It would just
I
be
would
about
rather-
sugar content.
No, I know. I would rather get back on political conversation, honestly.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Tony. Thank you for calling. Thanks for listening, and I'll try to do my best for you.
Oh, thank you. You're great.
All right. Enjoy the French fries, the beef tallow French fries.
Did he not
Didn't
like?
What he mean is I'm good.
I don't know. Did he not like the rant? Like when you really get passionate about something, or did he not like the faith element of a rant?
I think it was the faith element because he said he'd like to get back to politics.
Okay.
Which I understand.
Okay.
But to me, sometimes they're inseparable.
Yes.
Should we take more phone calls in the next segment? We have a couple more people on here.
We have to break, so yes, we should.
I've got someone who's saying just right and someone who's saying too much. If you want to join us, we will have about maybe 10 minutes when we come back. 314-241-9797. I got a few lines open. 314-241-9797. How do you feel about how much we talk about faith here? I don't know. Another segment might be too much. But we're going to do it anyway. You can vote in the YouTube poll as well. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
CiviaLaw.com. Reach out to Todd Civia. This is such a smart move. And if you call him right now, this is where the no-brainer part of this comes in. You're thinking about your future and you've been trying not to think about your future. I understand that. You're going to think about what it's like to lose someone you love, maybe yourself passing away. But you do need to get some things in order. And the way to relieve yourself of that worry, that anxiety that starts to creep in because you haven't handled your business yet, Go talk to Todd Sivia. He's going to take care of everything for you. No stone left unturned. You're going to have an amazing trust put together, your powers of attorney taken care of, all of your will set in place so you don't have to worry about it anymore. So when those thoughts creep in, you're like, I've got it taken care of, I've got it covered, I'm good, and you move on with your life. 833-995-WILL, that's the number to call if you want to be one of the first 10 listeners right now. You drop my name when you give him a call. He's going to waive the fee for your strategy session. So you get to sit down with Sivia Law, have the discussion, the initial thing, get to know him at one of his 7 locations in the bi-state area, Missouri and Illinois and then you get to move forward from there, and it doesn't cost you anything, even if you decide, this isn't for me. 833-995-WILL, 833-995-WILL. Call right now, mention my name, get a free strategy session. SiviaLaw.com.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
When it comes to roofing, you can't go wrong with Corel Roofing. Mark Cox here. My friend Curtis Corel came out, looked at my roof, worked with my insurance adjuster. I got a new roof, new gutters, and even new screens on some of my windows. Curtis specializes in working with insurance companies. Even if you've been denied, he's often able to work with these insurance adjusters to find a way to get it covered. Here's something else Curtis tells me. With cooler weather coming, you need to be aware of something. Roofs cannot be installed if the temperature dips below 45 degrees. Some companies go ahead and do this anyway, but you're going to have problems down the road. So if you're concerned that your roof won't make it through the winter, call Curtis Corel today. Corel Roofing has crews with over 20 years of experience. They pay attention to detail, and they can work with all the luxury line roofing as well. Call Curtis at 314-222-9529. That's 222-9529. Or on Facebook at Corel Roofing Co.
A wide variety of opinions here on today's YouTube live chat poll. How do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on this show? A couple of comments here to highlight. One from Jeff says, it's one of the reasons I listen to you every day. You have a faith-based perspective to what is happening around us. But then Russell says, too much. However, it's your show, and I respect you in the cast faith. I'll continue to support you as a listener nonetheless. Not much more to add than that. If you would like to chime in, we are taking phone calls right now. Or if you can't get through, because it looks like we are full on phones at the moment, you can always leave a comment. We are monitoring those, and we'll continue to do so throughout the show. It is 12:36. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Still leading 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate you calling in today. Another full board of phones. I got about 8 minutes here, so we're going to try to get through as many of these as we can. And if you're on the line and I get through you quickly, it's not you. It's the clock, and it's my boss, Steve, who's really, really...
Come on, Steve, give us a break.
Yeah, he's that. So we appreciate everybody for reaching out to us. Let's get to it. More answers on the poll question. How do you feel about how frequently we talk about faith on this show? Real quick, Jimmy, thanks for calling the Annie Fry Show. Your thoughts on our discussion of faith? Are you there?
Hey, great show. I appreciate it for taking the call. I'm on the too much side. So,
what is it that gets too much for you?
I am not a believer in any of the Jesus stuff. So for me, it becomes a turnoff after a few minutes. Mm-hmm. I don't mind that you guys are. I'm thrilled for you. It just doesn't fit my lifestyle. But after a few minutes of it, I have to switch back over to the point and listen for a little while and then come back and see what's going on next.
All right. Well, Jimmy, thank you for the phone call. I appreciate it. I'll keep you in mind, okay?
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yep, you as well. Say hello to my friends at The Point. Used to work with all of them. Jeremy, thank you for calling the Annie Fry Show. How do you feel about how frequently we talk about faith here on the show?
I really like it. I'm a Missouri Synod Lutheran myself, and you kind of sound like a family member. So I've been listening for a very long time. We chatted online before. I'm a huge supporter. I think you're doing great. Sorry, I'm in mid-workout too. So
That's great. We appreciate you, Jeremy, as an LCMSer. I know sometimes you just can kind of feel connected. It's like you feel like you know something about somebody. And I appreciate you being out there, and thanks for making us part of your workout. Good to talk to you.
Absolutely, every day.
Take care. Bye-bye. Let's get to, I'm trying to go about these in order here.
I wonder how much he benches.
Probably more than you. Chris, thank you for calling the Annie Fry Show. What do you feel about how much we talk about faith here on the show?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Chris.
Yeah, Annie, how you doing? Yay. So I think the faith thing's really good. I mean, you may know me from Mark Reardon's show. I'm Mark's friend, Chris, that got shot in the head, and I was laying there for 13 to 14 hours before they found me. When they found me, I had no pulse. And I did have a near-death experience, and I did have a message that was delivered to me by the angel to give somebody back here when I got back, to show people and to give people tangible proof that we do go on after this world. I'm here to inspire, motivate, and restore faith in this world. I don't try to shove Jesus or Christianity down anybody's throat, but I'm here to tell you, I am proof that we do go on. So keep on talking about the faith, Annie.
Chris,
thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you so much for calling in the show. A lot of people in the chat right now recognizing your voice. Man, do you get into the near-death experiences or death experience stories? Do you pay attention to those?
Do I ever?
It's so
I did a TV show on it.
Totally up your lane.
4 episodes.
We'll talk about more of that later. Let's get to Karen. Karen, thanks for calling the Annie Fry Show. How do you feel about our weight of how much we talk about faith here on the show?
Oh, I love it. I think it's perfect. I think it's so important, and it's one of the main reasons I listen to your show. I just feel like it directs all of us. It affects how you vote. There's issues that definitely, to me, require a moral compass. So I think it's perfect.
Karen, thank you for listening. Thanks for the phone call. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. It does affect how you vote. And I would assume if you were an atheist, if you're agnostic or whatever, I would assume that would affect how you vote. If you're Jewish, it would affect how you vote.
Also, Ethan, can you real quick just screen calls that tell us we're perfect?
I'm usually inside baseball here. Prioritize people who are calling in to say something else. Those are usually the ones that are at least more interesting, and I can handle it. A couple more here before we break. Let's get to Paul. Paul, thanks for calling the Annie Fry Show. How do you feel about how frequently this show here talks about our faith?
I think it's fantastic. I could hear more. I think being a faith-based person myself, and I can tell that you are and your co-hosts are as well, I think we're up against the world, and the world is not faith-based. So for me to hear it on your show, a long-time listener, first-time caller, just like it very much. Just keep it up. Keep it up. Keep up the great work that you're doing.
Paul, thank you for the phone call. Thanks for listening and for being a part of this family with us. We really appreciate you.
You betcha.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right, one last call before we wrap it up here, and thank you to everybody who called. David, thanks for calling the show. Your thoughts on our YouTube live chat poll question for today. How do you feel about how frequently we talk about faith here?
I think it's great. The funny thing is that the word faith might be causing resistance because there are a lot of people who don't understand faith. But I think if you interspersed it with charity, with discussions of kindness, hope, morality, standing up for what is right, that's easier for people to understand, and then you can relate it back and say we do those things because of our faith.
That's an interesting perspective, David. Thank you. Thanks for calling. We appreciate you.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
All of those things that you listed are part of having faith. My faith in Savior for the brokenness that I am comes before all of that. There's no amount of those things, kindness, goodness, that I can do that would contribute in my mind to what I need a Christ for, the Christ for. But I do think so much, like we've talked about this a lot this week, but how we react in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. I was saying this yesterday, and I did it again. I'm poking around on all the things that I can listen to. I have Sirius XM, so there's a lot of talk shows going on. Of course, there's a lot of talk radio to consume and to listen in. There's a lot of clips that I can take in on X. There are people who are perpetually... Here's the word that gets used all the time. They. And if they is nondescript, we need to start talking about we, as in who we are, and they needs to be more defined. Because if we're just trying to draw a line like it's an us versus them thing, and not in like a pronoun kind of a way, but just an us versus them thing, them can be, or they can be whoever any of us individually want they to be, and it's so nondescript that you could utilize that as a way to motivate people to come together in a way that actually doesn't result in some sort of accomplishment or solving of some goal, because you always need the they to exist, to always have a battle you need to fight, to always have troops that you need to rally. And to me, that is very much so with Democrats, the activists in the Democrats. The far left of the Democrats have sought division. The Democrats have sought to draw all these lines so that we're identifying all of these different kinds of victimhoods. So there are all these lines where it's you versus the world. It's you versus them. And the Democrats are always there to solve all of those problems. But when the problems get solved, then the Democrats aren't needed anymore, so they don't solve the problems. So who is they? And you could pull clips of me saying they. So I'll work on me first. But when we talk about, and I mean on the show, us, who is us? I think that we need to be specific in who we are. And I think we need to be a kinder, resolute, welcoming, firm foundation group of people like Charlie Kirk was. Because obviously Charlie Kirk attracted people to his purpose, to his cause, to his table, to his tent, to his microphone. Charlie Kirk did that with how he presented himself. He never backed down, but he always came prepared, and he always said, welcome. That's who we need to be. We need to be like Charlie. And we need to want other people to want to look at what we're doing on this side that does lead with kindness and resolve. And we need those people who are peeking around the corner right now for the first time to go, this doesn't look so bad. This doesn't look like how I envision fascism or Nazis. And the truth is because we're not fascists. We're not Nazis. We believe in the greatness of this country, and we want to preserve it. And you have to understand what the country was founded on in order to do that. And for me, and most of the founding fathers, that's a faith in something common. All right. It's your birthday week. Are you ready for your birthday gift?
I'm always ready.
Here it is.
Oh, yeah?
Coffee from Scooters.
All right.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Here you go. It's been sitting here for an hour.
Is it getting watery?
It's chai tea latte from Scooters. It's the best thing you're going to get today. Happy birthday,
All right,
Ryan.
Thanks.
Told you, raising the bar every day.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
I really appreciate it.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't get anything on my actual birthday, but
yes, you did.
You guys have made up for it.
Yes, you
since.
did. You
I got
a balloon that said "Happy Dino Birthday."
You're right. I did get a balloon.
You're ungrateful.
No, you're kind of right.
Be or not the bee with Wiggins America next. Don't go away. Spend this weekend, just a little bit of time. It doesn't have to be your whole weekend. At the Diamond Shop in Clayton. You're going to be glad you did. The Diamond Shop is celebrating September with a sale on sapphire jewelry. That's a lot of S's in one sentence. 40% off all in-stock sapphire jewelry If you think that that would mean something special to somebody in your life, this is a great opportunity to go in and see some of the beautiful, beautiful sapphires that they have in stock at the Diamond Shop. They're located in Clayton, Missouri. They've been in St. Louis since 1910. These people know how to do jewelry. They're kind. They are respectful, and they know what they are doing. So when you walk into the Diamond Shop in Clayton and you meet the team there, or if you get to meet Tom, who can create some of the most beautiful pieces, who can help you look at maybe something that you've inherited that's been passed down, that you want to rework or reimagine, you take that to Tom. He's going to help you determine what can be done and how it can be done. If you want to save right now, through the end of September, 40% off all in-stock sapphire jewelry, plus 30% off all in-stock jewelry. Become a VIP online at thediamondshop.net.
At a young age, Charlie Kirk became a force in American politics. Fox News Radio with Fox Nation dives into the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk.
The Life of Charlie Kirk, right here Sunday at noon, followed by the Charlie Kirk Memorial, happening live.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-239-1749, 800-239-1749, or biglou.com.
Attention St. Louis Medicaid members. If you need assistance with daily living, you can receive a free service from Freedom Care in your own home from a loved one who lives with you. With Freedom Care, you decide who provides your daily care, helping you with preparing meals, bathing, laundry, transportation, and more. A family member or friend that gets paid instantly. It's all through Medicaid, and as a St. Louis resident, it's 100% free to you. New to Medicaid, the Freedom Care family will guide you through enrollment, making it stress-free for patients and caregivers. With over 7,000 five-star Google reviews, we've perfected at-home care for Medicaid members and caregivers. If you live in the St. Louis area, this service is free to you through Medicaid, and with our InstaPay app, caregivers can choose to get paid instantly. So go to freedomcare.com or call 314-697-4912. 314-697-4912. That's 314-697-4912.
Freedom Care, we're here for you.
Family focused, faith filled, always on point. It's the Annie Fry Show.
Wiggins! Oh, Wiggins!
The bee or not the bee.
It's a Friday tradition. This is a bunch of stories that are either fake news from the Babylon Bee
Storied tradition.
They are real.
Like none other.
You get that green jacket for speaking in that tone.
I don't have a lot of green.
I'm wearing green.
What?
Turn your mic on.
I'm wearing green.
These are stories from possibly the Babylon Bee or they're real. I'll read the headline. You tell me which is which. First one is Washington Post journalist wins Pulitzer Prize for best fabricated quote.
B. I don't walk through that whole thing in my head.
It's B.
It is the B. However, a lot of the things other than the Pulitzer Prize from this are real. Karen Attiah was fired from her position at the Washington Post after fabricating a quote from Charlie Kirk to cast him in a negative light following his assassination. That part of the story is real. This reportedly impressed the Pulitzer Prize board so much that they created the best fabricated quote category just for her. There you go. Quote, she literally took a comment made about 4 specific women and turned it into a race issue by specifically bringing their skin color into it.
What do you think about all of the things that people are sharing? Like, it's all the same stuff. You can tell that they just get in this doom loop of they hate him so much. They get in this doom loop of sharing things that they've seen other people share, and they're just patently false statements. Like for the one of them that comes to mind a lot is people say that Charlie Kirk hated the word empathy. The rest of that quote, and this isn't a direct quote, but this is what he said, that empathy is like a made-up 20th century word or something like that, because he says you can never really understand exactly how somebody else is feeling, that it's more appropriate to say that you have sympathy and to sit and listen to what their situation is. Empathy implies you know exactly how someone is feeling, and we very rarely know exactly how someone is feeling. It was actually a more compassionate look at the concept of empathy on the other side of it that makes it so that you don't get to say, I'm right there with you. And if you've lost somebody, if you've experienced something difficult and someone comes up to you and says, I know exactly how you feel, that doesn't really always make me feel better. Because I'm not 100% sure you know exactly how I feel. In our self-driven society, that often makes it about them.
Yeah.
Instead of the person experiencing the hurt.
The only person that truly had empathy was Deanna Troi from Star Trek. The rest of us have sympathy. As we all know.
I will take your word for that.
McGruff the crime dog goes undercover in furry terrorist cell.
Real! Please! McGruff the crime dog.
Ethan?
I want it to be real so bad.
You're right. It's the B. In a transcript of a secret recording made by McGruff at one meeting, radical furries could be heard discussing an upcoming plot. The transcript reads thus. McGruff. How do you do, fellow terrorist furries? Terrorist furry number 1. Hey, welcome to the group. So anyway, how's the planning going with that thing, Phil? Terrorist furry number 2, believed to be Phil. Rough. Thank you very much.
That's the B, right?
That's the B. Let's see this one. Tell me if this is the B or not the B. Macrons will present scientific evidence to U.S. court to prove that Bridget is a woman.
Bridget?
Real.
How do you pronounce her name? Bridget?
Brigitte.
I was trying to be
It's French. I was thinking
Brigetti.
it was
Brigetti.
Isn't it Bridget?
Bridget.
You can say it however you want, but it's going to affect
French.
my answer to B or not the B. This is real.
Yeah.
This is wildly real.
This is real. The Macrons, as part of their defamation lawsuit against Candace Owens, who says Bridget Macron is a man, are going to present, quote, photographic and scientific evidence to a U.S. court to prove Miss Macron is a woman.
Can you imagine if it was Brigetti and then it was Macron after?
Yeah.
Nobody knows exactly what this scientific evidence will be, but it does include photographic evidence.
Oh, God. Are you following this?
Oh, I just connected the dots on that. What does that mean?
Don't ask questions that you don't want the answers to. Are you following this?
Not closely, but enough to know that was funny.
It's not.
What is photo evidence? What does that mean?
Last one. J.D. Vance takes over as host of Jimmy Kimmel Live.
The Marco Rubio one was way funnier.
This was funnier.
This is the B.
This is the B. Quote, we're replacing Jimmy with someone talented and popular.
Oh, no.
Disney CEO Bob Iger reported in a closed-door meeting. We're going to pretend that we're being forced to do it by the government, but we're just happy to have a reason to make a switch.
All right. The B or not the B, as heard here on the Annie Fry Show. Thank you for putting that together, that really hard work that you do each
You're welcome.
Friday. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to find out what I missed from the week. I feel like there's so much stuff to miss right now because the Charlie Kirk story is so huge. We will continue to talk about it. We do want your vote in the YouTube poll. How do you feel about how frequently we talk about faith on this show? We'll be right back.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, did you just have your house painted? Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, no, it's actually Rhino Shield.
877-25rhino.com.
So we're meeting Thursday, October 2nd. At the Protecting Your Retirement educational event, and I hope that you will be there as well. The event starts at 6:30 p.m. Thursday, October 2nd at the Frontenac Hilton, and this is a free event for you to come talk to the people at the Retirement Advisory Group or listen to what they have to say. 45-minute seminar, 6:30. We're going to be out of there by 7:30. But I'm going to be there from 6 to 6:30 with my buddies Mark and Mark, and we'd love to meet you. It would be an honor to meet you. If you want to sign up and make sure your spot is reserved, it's free, doesn't cost you anything, but you do need to make sure that you have your spot reserved so they can prepare for you. All you got to do is call 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494. You'll connect to them and you'll be able to reserve your spot, enjoy this free event, and when you do, you're going to walk away with the ability to sign up and do more with them or walk away. It's not going to have any obligation whatsoever, but I would love to meet you, and I hope I'll see you there Thursday, October 2nd at the Frontenac Hilton, 314-993-9494 to sign up and reserve your spot, retirementkey.com.
Feel like your paycheck barely keeps up with your life? At the seminar, learn how real people are building passive income and retiring early using real estate. It's all happening live in St. Louis with Lifestyles Unlimited, September 27th and 28th. You'll leave with a step-by-step plan to change your future. Text radio to 88007. That's live in St. Louis, September 27th and 28th. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007.
Gain peace of mind that your flooring and carpet installation will be done right the first time when you hire the experts at Michael's Flooring Outlet. They give all their clients attentive personal service, even bring toys for the kids of the household. It's a family-owned and operated business for 25 plus years. They make sure you make the right choice for your home. So if you have carpets or hard floors, you're going to be happy for years to come. 3 convenient locations in St. Charles County, 116 Main Street, in Old Town St. Peters at Mid-Rivers and Highway 70, in West County on Olive, and the store in Darden Prairie. Michael's Flooring Outlet, IGotFloor.com.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-500-5000.
That's 314-500-5000.
All on the free Odyssey app.
A shutdown showdown. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. 2 short-term spending bills just failing to advance in the U.S. Senate after the House passed a Republican version. Democrats want higher spending for health care.
Chuck Schumer and the Democrats issued a counteroffer, and the counteroffer is filled with poison pills and partisan demands that will break the system down, and Chuck Schumer knows that.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says it would include taxpayer-funded health care for illegal immigrants. Schumer, the Senate Minority Leader, says Americans will lose coverage and face higher premiums if recent health care cuts aren't reversed. Each side already blaming the other if the government shuts down October 1st. President Trump holding a lengthy call with China's president and posting approval of a TikTok deal, but no details yet. The social media platform faces a U.S. ban unless it splits from its Chinese parent company. Some bipartisan concern about ABC's suspension of Jimmy Kimmel's late night show over MAGA-related comments about the killing of Charlie Kirk. Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz using his podcast to criticize the FCC chair. Fox's William Lajeunesse.
Well, Wednesday morning, FCC Chairman Brendan Carr warned broadcasters the agency could act against their licenses after Kimmel distorted, in his words, a violation of FCC rules.
Senator Cruz calling Carr's comments dangerous, but the network was also facing pressure from affiliates.
Viewers in red states complained. ABC got flooded with angry messages. Advertisers wanted out of the show. And this is key. America's 2 largest TV station owners wanted an apology.
The show's suspension is indefinite. President Trump's $15 billion defamation lawsuit against the New York Times tossed out for now. A federal judge in Florida ruling it's too long with language that has no bearing on the case. The judge giving the president 28 days to file an amended complaint. America is listening to Fox News.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Seems like there's more identity theft in the news every day.
Another major healthcare breach was reported today, resulting in the exposure of now 1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity.
That's because there are endless places that could accidentally expose you to identity theft in a breach or simply by mistake. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Our temperature's a touch cooler as we go through our Friday afternoon. 85, still well above average. Partly sunny skies, a couple of showers here and there tonight. 65, the weekend Saturday, partly sunny, mainly a dry day. Maybe a spot thunderstorm, but that's about it. 88, Sunday mostly cloudy, and 83 with periods of rain developing Sunday night and into Monday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Byrne.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk.
You know, you're just hearing in the Fox News update there that we had Ted Cruz on his podcast or something saying that he's concerned about what the FCC did. I think Brendan Carr, who is the chairman of the FCC, muddied this up and maybe said too much. He was a little too much pundit, a little not enough. I'm the FCC chairman and I have the power that I have and I bear the power of the office, and that's where this needs to end. I do think that Brendan Carr said too much. I do think that he complicated this issue. I don't think that ABC's decision to do what they're doing is out of fear of the FCC. I think it's out of fear of paying Jimmy Kimmel, who has a show where ratings are abysmal. I saw it was like 140,000 people in his target demo.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
terrible.
Low.
Man.
That's absolutely terrible. Here is a report from Elizabeth McDonald, who is a Fox Business host, and I'm just going to read the post that she put up. She's reporting. News: Disney CEO Bob Iger and co-chair Dana Walden made the decision to suspend Jimmy Kimmel's show after he planned to double down and go on camera to defend his lie that MAGA voters killed Charlie Kirk rather than, quote, kowtow to the outrage. That's according to The Hollywood Reporter, not Fox Business. They yanked him because they, quote, thought that would fan the flames as Nexstar and Sinclair affiliates dropped him. Quote, the advertiser calls began to roll in, and then the big affiliate conglomerates, Nexstar and Sinclair, threatened to preempt the show. This is market reaction and not tied to FCC Chair Brendan Carr's actions. Kimmel even planned to double down and not apologize after, quote, Disney employees saw their emails doxed. Some even received death threats. When, quote, 66 of the roughly 200 affiliate stations had said they would drop him, that's when Iger and Walden pulled the plug. So it's very clear, and this is according to The Hollywood Reporter, you know, that very, very right-wing conservative rag.
It's not.
It's not. Thank you for the clarification. Give me my subtitles. The Hollywood Reporter is explaining the business decision that was made here, and Brendan Carr stumbled all over it. What will they do next? The fact that Disney was like, Kimmel, apologize for this. And Kimmel's reportedly said, absolutely not. In fact, he was going to out Kimmel himself on this issue, and they were like, you can't do that. You're just not going to be able to do that. You can't get away with that because you have already lost, 66 of their 200 stations. Over a fourth of their stations are saying, no, you're not doing it. 33% of them, to be exact, are saying you're not going to air this on there. Kimmel can do what he wants, but it's not going to happen on our affiliates. That's a business decision. Brendan Carr has gotten away in the way of the story. And I hope he can clean it up. I think he should come out and clarify.
Can I just point out, there is a reverse free speech issue happening here that's not being talked about at all. Sinclair is knowingly conservative. Nexstar, I don't really know much about, but I've heard a lot about Sinclair. These are maybe both of them right-leaning organizations that own a lot of stations. They have for years and years allowed themselves to be a platform for left-wing voices, though they are right-wing. They should get a lot of credit for being free speech heroes for a long time, airing the opposition viewpoint without saying anything for years. And nobody is saying that.
While the numbers have dwindled, when the shows that had comedy, and we'll get to a little bit of Jimmy Fallon later and how he handled it last night. I enjoyed it. We'll play it in a little bit. I just want to put a pin in this idea that Donald Trump has cracked down on Jimmy Kimmel. That did not happen. Donald Trump did appoint an FCC chair in Brendan Carr, who I think is trying to do a good job, and I think that he said too many words. Should have just let the business handle it, which is what's happening right now. As per the reports from the Hollywood Reporter, who are like, if Jimmy Kimmel would have come out and been like, guys, I really screwed that up. I had bad information. I repeated it to you in a heartless way. My apologies go out to the Kirk family, to Erica, to their children. I'm so sorry if this added to the wretched burden that your family is feeling right now. It was insensitive to me, and I apologize. His show would be on their air right now, which means that the FCC didn't pull a license for this show to exist or these networks to be airing the show. So the fact that is probably still on the table is proof that this is a business decision and not a fist on the table censorship decision, of which, honestly, we don't even have enough time in the day to talk about how much the people who are screaming about censorship have been censoring.
Yeah.
I digress. What did I miss this week, Brad? Tell me.
What did I miss?
All right. One of the big stories that happened over this week that we missed is that Donald Trump has declared Antifa as a terrorist organization.
Administration under Joe Biden leaned heavily into targeting various conservative groups, Christian groups, and the like for all sorts of investigation. Really, I think in many instances, abusing their power and framing them falsely as white supremacist groups and the like. And I think that this administration is basically saying, look, you took your eye off the ball. Those groups were never a threat to the American people. They never represented an actual violent threat, and instead you persecuted them. We're now going to use the full force of the law to go after the people who really do represent violent threats across the country, and I think this is part of a stepped-up attitude. And frankly, if Democrats want to defend Antifa and go down that road, as I saw David Axelrod and others suggesting this was going to be some kind of political witch hunt,
incredible.
I think that more power to them. I think it's absolutely detestable, and the truth is that anyone who wants law, order, and a non-chaotic streets in our cities across the country should be in favor of knowing more about what Antifa is doing before they do it.
So, Antifa, terrorist organization now under the Trump administration. If you guys don't remember who they are, they're the ones that burned Seattle down, the CHOP, the Chaz, all of that other stuff. That was all Antifa related. Do you guys support this move? Is Antifa a terrorist organization?
I mean, I can't believe it hasn't been designated yet. Can't believe we're this far and they haven't been designated terrorist organization.
My understanding is they don't have an organizational structure, suggesting that there isn't enough organization behind what Antifa is, which is probably intentional, to really effectively do anything other than say terrorists.
I would like them to be looking into if any of these people or individuals are getting money. And maybe this allows them to look into that a little bit more deep than they could have been before. And if that's the case, then that's fine.
So to Annie's point, there isn't a lot of structure there. There's local structure, group or a cell, but there's not an overarching terrorist organization group that is Antifa. So this is Dr. Mark Siegel.
Kash Patel, head of the FBI, when he first took office in March, right after he came in, they put out a warning, the FBI did, about the violent actors online, on social media, on online gaming, that drew people in, got them to think that they're your buddy. And then once they have you, They marginalize you, they ridicule you, you feel bad about yourself. Studies from Boston Children's Hospital have shown that people that spend more and more time online, especially teens and young adults, have a worse body image. There are studies out showing that if you're more than 3 hours a day on social media, you have twice your risk of anxiety and depression. And again, online gaming with all of the violence depersonalizes you, withdraw from society. FBI absolutely right to put out that warning.
So there you had Dr. Siegel on with Fox and Friends.
Right, and he was talking there about the dangers of social media. It has come up again in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination that social media is not a healthy place for people, that it's actually a threat to your mental health. And I go back and forth on this. I definitely can see where he's coming from, but I also know that there's a lot of good that has taken place in my life because of social media. The question always becomes, and this is probably too deep of a question for this segment, but how much is too much? Where do we draw the line at social media? How do you view social media, first of all? Do you think it's a good or a bad, just net?
It's neither. It's a thing, just like guns.
It's just like, TV. You go, oh, is TV bad or good? Well, it depends on how you're using it. And the same is true of social media. The tough part about this, because you can't legislate it. You can't legislate how much time people are spending on it and things like that. That's something you got to do yourself, and you got to do for your kids.
All right, so I have one more clip here. Well, actually, I have two more clips, but the next clip I really want to get to. This took place whenever Trump was in England, and he was doing a press conference with Keir Starmer. This was after they had negotiated and announced their big trade deal, and he dropped this little piece right in there, like almost, you know how he does his thing where he just drops a little kernel of information, and he mentioned Bagram Air Force Base.
They just went through the Afghanistan total disaster for no reason whatsoever. We're going to leave Afghanistan, but we're going to leave it with strength and dignity. And we're going to keep Bagram, the big air base, that one of the biggest air bases in the world. We gave it to them for nothing. We're trying to get it back, by the way. Okay, that could be a little breaking news. We're trying to get it back because they need things from us. We want that base back. But one of the reasons we want the base is, as you know, it's an hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. So a lot of things are happening.
So this clip to me, we missed it. I saw the clip, I pulled it, but we missed it because of everything that was going on here. And I think this is huge news, that we're actually going to try to get back Bagram Air Force Base. Whenever you guys remember what it was like watching people flee and understanding that we left all that equipment behind, everything, and then we just abandoned that base. And one of the things that I remember all the foreign policy, national security experts talking about was how important that base was, and he mentioned it in that clip, was keeping a check on China because of its proximity to where China is. I didn't know because that clip says that it is within an hour of where China makes all of their nuclear weapons. So I found that fascinating. Where are you guys at on getting back Bagram Air Force Base?
I didn't know it was a possibility. So
I just know what he said.
The fact that he is – here's the thing. This is the kind of stuff you want your administration to be doing, and probably that you don't even need to know about all of it. He drops those things once in a while, but how many of the 30 things that are they working on that we don't know about? This is where you have to have people that you trust because you're not going to hear about all of it. This one little nugget is like a peek behind the curtain where you go, how many of these things are happening that you're like, this is good. This is moving toward the direction that you should be wanting to move toward, not the pullout. I mean, the pullout is the exact opposite of that.
I don't know any more than Donald Trump has said. I don't have anything to add.
Okay. I got one more clip here, and this is our least favorite senator, I think, from California. This is Adam Schiff, and Kash Patel absolutely exploded on one another at Kash Patel's hearing.
The American people to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No. I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of inmates.
Not in the weeds?
What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California. We are bringing historic reform.
Point of order.
Okay. It's just slutty.
That was a lot of yelling. What set that off is Adam Schiff had asked Kash Patel or pressed Kash Patel or asked Kash Patel in the way Adam Schiff does why he reported the wrong suspect being captured in the Charlie Kirk shooting. And he says, as you know, I'm not involved in the day-to-day. Now, we had Paul Morrow on, and he was talking about this. He said that he's taking his lumps for it, though. Good for Kash Patel. He's like, I was wrong on that. You know, I got out in front of the story a little bit by reporting that. But right after this, Adam Schiff did exactly what Kash Patel said he would do, and he ran to MSNBC, and he's like, well, I guess I touched a nerve. So all this is just political pandering so that they can make sound clips. And I think what Kash Patel was trying to do there was just step over anything that Schiff would try to do.
Effectively, too. The one nice thing about that clip, because they're just yelling, is that Kash Patel's mic was just a little bit louder than Adam Schiff's. That's the only reason we could even play it. Otherwise, it's just blah. Yeah.
All right. Let's take a quick break here. When we come back, Ethan, sports and local next. We're going to find out what treat we have for the title for this segment for today and find out what's going on here in our area with Ethan. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Sunset low, pull out the fiddle and rosin up the bow. Kids are asleep, so I keep a catalog. And thank God I'm a country boy. I'd play Sally Gooden all day if I could, but the Lord and my wife wouldn't take it very good. So I fiddle when I can, work when I should. And thank God I'm a country boy.
HomeShieldFoundationRepairs.com, 314-227-9636. Matt Hayes is waiting for your phone call. Make sure you tell him you heard about it from here on the Annie Fry Show and 97.1. At Home Shield Foundation Repair, they offer concrete lifting. It's an advanced and cost-effective solution to raise and level your concrete, which causes minimal disruption to everything else that's going on there at your home, in your patio, area where you're spending some of this beautiful weather time. If it's at work, you don't want to have a whole portion of your parking lot blocked off and not usable for a really long time, or that pathway that leads into the front office. You need to make sure that that is safe and secure, and Home Shield Foundation Repair can do it in a cost-effective way by using polyjacking. If you want to reach out to them at 314-227-9636, you can call them, tell them what your situation is, what you're dealing with. They'll come check it out before you have to commit to anything, of course, and they'll get the job done right. Matt Hayes always does. HomeShieldFoundationRepairs.com.
Mark Cox here. Let me introduce you to my friends at the Lit Cigar Lounge in St. Louis, where luxury meets comfort. Premium hand-rolled cigars, an extensive selection of rare bourbons and whiskeys and craft cocktails. It's comfortable for non-smokers, too. They have a state-of-the-art ventilation system. They have private lockers and live music every Friday night, perfect for date nights or business meetings or just winding down. Visit litstl.com. Mark Cox here. Join me, Mark Reardon, and Annie Fry, along with Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group, for the last Protecting Your Retirement educational event of the year. It's Thursday, October 2nd at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Here's Thomas with more.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired and wondering if your 401k and IRA will last through your lifetime? Do you have your own personalized structured income plan set up? The markets are hitting all-time highs. Would you like to learn how to automatically lock in your gains without having to sell? Did you also know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can roll over your company retirement plan tax-free to protect your nest egg? You'll get all the answers and more. If you're 59 and a half or older, you can't afford to miss the last event of the year.
Protect your retirement nest egg. Join the official financial advisor of my show, Thomas Helbig, at the Frontenac Hilton, Thursday, October 2nd at 6:30. Go online to retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
You've been listening to the very popular Wellness One for many years, Saturdays and Sundays on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to share that we've expanded the show to 4 times a week. Yes, 4 times every weekend. Saturday at 10 a.m., Saturday at 8 p.m., Sunday at 9 a.m., and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the same great show designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you a common sense, science-based strategy for a healthy life. So join TJ and Aaron for Wellness One. Now 4 times a week on 97.1 FM Talk.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Hold up. Check it out.
Sports and local.
Ethan Hannaford, the baddest man in book club.
That's my favorite one so
Is that
far.
new? That's not new, is it?
It's new on the air, but
It's
it was
new
a
on the air.
Joe,
Okay.
Joe
Is that also a Joe one?
Lawler suggestion from the YouTube chat.
These are all listener suggestions, mostly from our one guy, Joe.
The baddest man in book club.
You know, it's not like there's that high of a bar to beat Ryan's, who usually just puts together like random gibberish. But Joe's have been pretty good this week. And all the listener ones.
It's no
I'm not
Murphy's
sure if they're all
Burgle Nuts.
Joe, but what'd you say?
It's no Murphy's Burgle Nuts.
I like baddest
My
man in book
point.
club.
A World War II landing ship turned floating museum is going to be docked at the port of Alton.
A what? A World War.
You hear me out. A World War II landing ship that has been turned into a floating museum is currently docked at the port of Alton.
Does a landing ship mean like an aircraft carrier?
That's what I think. That's what I thought, but Brad is telling me no.
No, this is like a troop carrier ones where all the troops came in, and then they launched the LSATs, the ones with the front gates that drop down. They launched those out of these landing ships.
Landing ships as in landing for the troops.
Yes, not landing on as
Not
an
landing on
aircraft
it.
carrier.
The
Okay.
USS LST 325 is what it is called. Docked yesterday at the port of Alton and is going to be here until the 22nd, offering daily tours from 9 to 5 o'clock. It says the vessel, a historic, fully operational World War II era landing ship that played a crucial role in European theater, participating in the invasions of Sicily and Normandy.
So this is actually a ship that was used in World War II.
That's what it looks like.
That's awesome.
$20 per adult, $10 for kids age 6 through 17. Then if you're 5 or under, you can tour for free.
And
So
what-
Ryan, you could go for free.
Give the
when?
It's actual age, chronological, not mental. What was the actual time frame that you can go see this?
The 18th, so yesterday to the 22nd, which that would be Sunday, is that
Monday.
right?
So you-
Monday, okay.
So you need to hustle up and go this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I texted this to my family. I was like, they
Mhm.
live in Bethalto. They're not very far. I'm like, hey, you guys should go check this out. This is pretty cool.
Did you say hi to your mom?
Hi, Mom.
No. Did you
Oh.
on the phone? Did you tell her you loved her?
Yes, of course. I end every phone call with my family saying I love you.
Do you say it with like your heart?
I try to.
Okay.
I'm not perfect, but I try to.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure.
You're pretty close.
The Great Forest Park Balloon Race is also set to return for its 53rd year this weekend.
Would you guys go up in a hot air balloon?
Absolutely.
Yes, I would.
That'd be really hard for me.
Heck no.
You wouldn't do it?
No. No.
What if it was enclosed?
No.
It's not just a basket like in the
No.
cartoons.
No, I had to work myself into being okay on a Southwest Airlines flight, which I'm good at now, but it took me a minute. I don't need to be in a hot air balloon.
What if you attach a giant balloon to a plane?
No.
You're
I think
already
that
on
would
a
be
plane.
a little more stressful.
I don't want things attached to planes that don't
Yeah.
belong attached to planes.
You lost me there, Wiggins.
Yeah, the first question was dumb. The follow-up was insulting that you're like, you're already in the, what did you say?
Duh, you're already on a plane.
So?
You're just putting a giant balloon on top of it
No.
now.
Yeah, nothing could go wrong.
The free 2-day event returning to Forest Park's Emerson Central Fields today, or I should say tonight, and tomorrow. And it is one of the longest running hot air balloon races in the United States and one of the only races to take place in a large metropolitan city.
You would do it? You'd go up in one?
Yeah.
What if
I
it
would.
was guaranteed to never fail and it was called the Hindenburg?
Stop it. Stop.
Would
no.
you still do it?
No. Don't answer that.
There's a guarantee.
Pretend he's not here, just like me.
Such
Just
a dumb
keep
question.
pushing through.
2 baby Clydesdales were born
Oh, I saw them. They're so cute.
at the Warm Springs Ranch in Boonville, Missouri
They got all those
on
knobby joints.
Thursday
you know?
evening. They're so cute.
They can't
looking.
stand very well
Oh, they're little
because they're
wobbly.
babies.
Oh, they're so cute.
Visitors can see the foals in person at the Maine, M-A-N-E, event behind the reins on September 20th and 21st. You like that?
Maine, like hair, Ryan.
Oh, I know. I've seen lots of great haircutting jokes before.
Womp womp.
Like there's a place that was
Hey,
used to be
Ryan,
called the main attraction, but
Go
it was
out there.
haircutting.
That place still exists, I think.
And there was one that was like called a cut above. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Other things going on in St. Louis this weekend.
You need to unplug yourself and plug yourself back in. Just a full restart.
Okay.
Needs to turn into Buzz Lightyear Spanish mode. That's
Yeah.
what needs to happen.
Yeah, it's a super sultry Spanish.
Good pull. Good pull.
Bienvenidos a Annie Fry Show.
Start doing the tango with Annie.
Con la boca abierta entre mosca.
Is that real?
Why do
or
you
is
have
that
the weirdest talents?
Is that weird? Is that real or gibberish? I can't tell.
We don't know.
Carry on.
Disney on Ice is
Speaking
here
of.
this weekend.
Presenta Ethan.
At the Chaffetz Arena. Started actually this morning, and they will also be there tomorrow. Shows tomorrow, 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. And then also the Greater St. Louis Hispanic Festival will be at Soulard Park
We apologize.
this upcoming weekend.
Lo siento.
All weekend, so be sure to check that out as well. Hispanic food. It says energy, communities, and memories, all a part of the Greater St. Louis Hispanic Festival. I've been updating the people on what's been going on with the Boeing strike. Seems like this is getting pretty close to being over. Union District 837 members have ratified a union proposed settlement offer to end the strike. I guess it's saying, what I'm seeing is a 4-year contract offer, that aligns 401k contribution percentages with Boeing employees around the country. The proposal will now be submitted to Boeing as a pre-ratified agreement. If the company accepts the agreement, the strike will end.
I hope they get back to work.
You and me both. We talked yesterday.
Does anybody know anybody who's on strike? Does anyone know who this affects?
My grandpa used to work for McDonnell Douglas.
So no?
No.
I know a few people.
Okay.
That's just top-notch conversation for the people. Go back to Spanish. Ethan?
We talked yesterday about St. Louis County rejecting the Charlie Kirk resolution. Well, now there is a bill being proposed in Illinois that would name a day after Charlie Kirk. Senator Neil Anderson of, help me out here, Andalusia? Anyone ever heard of Andalusia?
Mr. Anderson.
Filed Senate Bill 2694, and the bill would amend the State Commemorative Dates Act to recognize September 10th as Charlie Kirk Day. So we'll have to wait and see if that one ends up playing out.
There's a movement to have October 14th be like National Charlie Kirk Day because that's his birthday.
Yes, his birthday.
Yeah. So a lot of memorials and vigils taking place. If you have a vigil that is taking place and is a legitimate organized vigil, please send it to the Annie Fry Show Facebook, and I will mention some of those. Remind me not to exit the show today without mentioning. I know there's one in Pontoon Beach, Illinois. I believe it's at 6:30 tomorrow, Saturday. But if you have others, please let me know, and we will try to put a platform on it.
And we're airing the Charlie Kirk Memorial coverage on Sunday. So the memorial itself starts at 1, but at noon we're airing Charlie Kirk, an American Original, hosted by Jesse Waters. That will last an hour. So like the whole afternoon, starting at noon through whenever the memorial would be over, we'll be live on that.
Yeah, and it'll be anchored by Fox News, which we're proud to be partnered with here on 97.1, St. Louis's conservative station, of course. But we're going to be able to give you the full honor the way it's going to be produced from Fox News. And how many people are speaking at that? Donald Trump, Erica Kirk, J.D. Vance.
Those are the three I know.
RFK.
RFK is speaking.
I think Rubio is.
I was thinking Rubio as well.
There's a lot.
But there
It's
will
a big
be
lineup.
There will be a lot. So you will be in the right place. I know a lot of people want to watch it, but if you're out and about on a Sunday afternoon, if you're taking a Sunday drive, maybe going to Alton to see that thing, go flip on 97.1 and let us accompany you, and we can all come together over remembering somebody who was a true American hero, Charlie Kirk. Sunday starts at
Noon. The memorial starts at 1, but we're starting at noon because there's a special beforehand.
Yeah. All right. We're happy to be able to do that for you folks, and we'll be listening in as well. All right. You good, Ethan?
I'm good if you're good.
I'm good if you're good. All right, let's take a quick break. Go vote in the YouTube poll. How do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on this show here? Let us know what you think by commenting on the Annie Fry YouTube live chat. If you go subscribe to the YouTube channel today for the first time, it takes 5 minutes for you to be able to comment on the live chat. So just go subscribe real quick, and then in 5 minutes you can comment and leave us your thoughts. Jeff said on our Facebook live stream, it is one of the reasons I listen to you every day. You give a faith-based perspective to what is happening around us. Carol says, while I enjoy the show, I don't enjoy long rants about faith. Rick says, we talk about it just enough, and Betsy agrees just right. Let us know what your thoughts are and go vote in the poll. We'll see what the results look like at 2:55. More Annie Fry Show right around the corner. Don't go away.
Show me how to fight now. And I tell you, baby, it was easy coming back into you once I figured it out. You were right here all alone. It's like you're my mirror. Oh, my mirror staring back at me. Oh, I couldn't get any bigger.
Air Comfort Service knows that this time of year is very, very tough for people who suffer for allergies. In a different conversation later, I'll probably tell you about how my husband took an allergy test, and wow, he's allergic to everything. If you are finding that all of that ick is getting into your house and it's not pleasant to be in your house, it doesn't matter if your home is warm or cool when it's supposed to be. Your comfort zone involves the air quality in your home as well, and Air Comfort Service is there to ensure that it's top-notch. 314-513-0091, 314-513-0091. You can call them right now for a free estimate on a whole home air purifier that can help relieve or eliminate allergy symptoms, pet dander, bacteria, viruses, even odors, and more. Air Comfort Service can give you that comfort zone in your residence, even in your place of business, to make sure that you are comfortable, that you're breathing clean, clear air in your home. Of course you should be. Just give them a call to ask them about that free estimate. 314-513-0091, 314-513-0091, online at aircomfortservice.com.
I'm Dr. Nick Barnes at Health From Within Family Chiropractic in Rock Hill. At Health From Within, our mission is to transform the way you manage your health by bringing you the truth about health and healing. We use proven techniques to remove interference in the nervous system and maximize health naturally, without drugs or surgery. Connect with me at healthfromwithinstl.com and join me for Maximize Living on this station every Sunday at 8 a.m. or download the Maximize Living podcast, healthfromwithinstl.com.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon with news for listeners who, like me, want to learn more about Bitcoin. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club is coming to St. Louis later this summer. The Bitcoin Ben Crypto Clubs teach members what Bitcoin is, how to buy it, how to safely store it, and how to avoid scams. And we'll connect with others like us who want to learn more about crypto. St. Louis will be the 7th club nationwide and Ben's hometown. If you want to know more about Bitcoin, you need to know Bitcoin Ben. Learn more at bitcoinben.io. That's bitcoinben.io.
Insurance companies often have a basic strategy: delay, deny, defend. Some try to grind you down, but they have another tremendous weapon, a software called Colossus. They know which attorneys are great and which are not so great. They know who is likely to take the last offer and who will take them by their scalp, kicking and screaming to trial. They know that they have to pay some firms early and fairly. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. The insurance companies have done their homework. Before you hire a lawyer for your injury case, do yours. Visit forthepeople.com and see our settlements and verdicts for cases like yours. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. When you hire the wrong firm, you may be beat before you start. All law firms are not the same. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
How do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on this show? That's today's YouTube live chat poll. A little bit of a creative one here for Friday, the 19th of September. Just right, too much, not enough. Those are your options on today's YouTube live chat poll about how often we talk about faith on the Annie Fry Show. 136. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
From the gateway to the airwaves. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
what do you mean? Oh, when you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no, what do you mean? Hey, yeah, when you don't want me to move, but you tell me to go, what do you mean?
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Looking at my list, what have we not talked about? Jimmy Kimmel. There are people who are on the right side of the aisle who are coming a little bit to the defense of Jimmy Kimmel. Have you heard any of these?
Yes, a little bit.
Just tell me before we get into the discussion about it, what is your thought about Jimmy Kimmel being off the air right now? Because he has been indefinitely suspended. He has not been fired. There's a lot of people talking about this story, and if he's on Monday, because he met the demands, there are producers in Hollywood and people in Hollywood that said they'll never work with Disney again if they don't put Kimmel on the air. I don't believe it. Disney's pretty big. Just say you're not going to work with Disney's going to show up with an offer for a job of a blockbuster movie, and you're going to be like, no, Jimmy Kimmel.
Unless you're Scarlett Johansson. She actually did that. But
With
that was
Jimmy Kimmel?
No, because of a contract dispute. She hates Disney.
She's done a lot. She's working with Disney a lot, though. She's currently in the Tower of Terror movie. Going to be.
She should be done with them. She said that they were done because of their contract negotiations.
I don't think that's the latest in that storyline.
Okay, I'll look that up.
We can't look it up while we're on the air because
All right.
you're part of this conversation. Okay. What is your thought about Jimmy Kimmel and his situation right now? The FCC, Brendan Carr, all of the things that go along with it.
I do think that the Trump administration, not even Trump, but Brendan Carr, the FCC guy, would have been better off just saying nothing for a day. Although he didn't know. Like he even said, none of us knew that they were going to actually cancel the show. So it's entirely based on the affiliates. And you can be mad at the affiliates if you want to. You can say, oh, you're censoring Jimmy Kimmel. Well, that's fine. That's not the government. But a quarter to a third of all the ABC affiliates in the country, I think, is what was quoted, that they were going to drop his show and not carry it. Well, if the show is already not making money, I mean, this is a business decision through and through.
Probably an excuse.
It's entirely, and in fact, the FCC saying anything about it is probably even more of an excuse for Disney to say, "Oh, right now," because then they could have a little bit of cover and say, "Well, this was the Trump administration, not us." They didn't come out and say that. People have said it for them, but there's a lot of ways this could have gone better for the government to say nothing.
Were you a really big fan of The Man Show?
No. Look, and I'd be honest, if at the time I thought it was great and now I've changed my mind, I thought that show sucked.
Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel.
Uh-huh.
And Adam Carolla was the lead on that show, is my recollection. And
they were co-hosts.
They were co-hosts, but Adam was kind of the main guy, and Jimmy Kimmel was a little bit of the co-host of the show or whatever. But this is the same one. If you've ever seen Jimmy Kimmel dressed up as, who's the black player who he dressed up as?
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone. In full, not black face, black body, which I've never seen before on other people, other than maybe, was it Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie. Should I watch that movie?
Yes.
Well, I like that movie.
No.
I have no idea. But
Why
it
are
is
you
a
saying I
funny
shouldn't?
movie.
I don't think you'll like that movie at all.
Why?
Because it doesn't fit your sensibilities, your sense of humor.
Yeah. I got to watch it.
Now you got to watch it.
I got to find
know.
out what kind of sense of humor he thinks I do or don't have, and find out if I'm flattered or insulted.
And whether we should cancel Ben Stiller.
The worst is going to be when I watch it and I'm like, this is ridiculously filthy. It's kind of funny. And then I'm like, oh, Brad thought I was better than this. Thanks, Brad. Adam Carolla has spoken out on this, and Adam Carolla has some really nice things to say about Jimmy Kimmel. And the difference between knowing somebody in real life and knowing them the way you and I know Jimmy Kimmel.
I think a lot of people want me to comment on it. It's a weird thing. The right and the left are always sort of misinterpreting things. He was inaccurate about something. It wasn't like he was necessarily attacking Charlie Kirk. He was trying to dump it on Trump and inaccurate about it. We're living at a time where something happens. Nancy Pelosi's husband gets hit with a hammer. This side says he's had a MAGA hat on. That side says he's some kind of nudist hippie. Yeah. I don't feel like it's necessary, but that's all we do. And I don't like the government getting involved. And I've heard every side of the story. And in general, I just want people to speak, and then the ratings will do the talking, and you can support them or not support them. And what you want to watch, you can watch it, or you can watch Gutfeld and listen to him bash Kimmel, or however you want to do it. That's the world I'd like to live in. My perspective is different just because I know Jimmy, and I know Jimmy to be a very good guy and a generous guy, and I've always said that about him. And I realized that while everyone else knows Jimmy as a caricature, I know him as a person. When I run into the people that don't know Jimmy as a person, O'Reilly or Dave Rubin, Dennis Prager, and they go, "What's up with your buddy Jimmy?" Well, I know him, so that's why I don't think of him like you think of him. But on the other hand, they think of you as a cartoon character too, and I know you. Dennis Prager's a very sweet man, lovely man, but these guys on the other side think of you as a cartoon. And then at a certain point, there's the assassin who thinks of Charlie Kirk as a cartoon character, not a dude. Yeah. I know him as a guy, sweet guy, fair guy, family guy, good American. But that guy looks at him as a cartoon character, and that's why he gets to kill him. I know Jimmy as a human. And I know how good he is, and I know how decent he is. And we disagree politically, but who cares?
Right. So Adam Carolla there, I think that's really incredible insight right now in this moment. I think it matters. And I think what he's saying is who we know Jimmy Kimmel to be is not who he knows Jimmy Kimmel to be. But he also talks about the converse. When Jimmy Kimmel walks out onto the stage and says that the killer was part of the MAGA gang, he's talking about you and he's talking about me. We are this not non-human, but like a human entity. We're not people who have hearts and minds. We're not people who are wives and moms and daughters and grandmothers or all of the male versions of all of those things. That's not who we are to him. We're not real people who have come to our own conclusions about a particular issue. We're a cartoon character. And I think it's important to remember that, which is, again, where I come back to Disney, according to the Hollywood Reporter story, where Disney said, listen, all of these people they're not going to air your show. We've lost a third of the places where your show is going to air. You have to apologize for what you said. And you have to apologize to the Kirk family. When Jimmy Kimmel says, I will double down, then he has not accepted what Adam Carolla is talking about. The cartoon caricature of folks like you and me who do support this president. And he wants to lump you and me into the same group of this shooter. He thinks that the shooter could be part of, in his words, one of the MAGA gang. The greater essence of what Adam Carolla is saying is something that I want to take. I'm taking note of this myself because I bet you Jimmy Kimmel is incredibly charitable. He had a child who had a heart defect, and it was a very tenuous time. I remember he talked about it. I, as a mother, cannot look at him and be like, I don't care about that because he says something I don't like. I can connect with him over that. I can see him as a real human being, but he has to act like one too back to us. So there are other clips that we have here. Clay Travis has put out a lot about how he knows Jimmy Kimmel. There are a lot of people vouching for Jimmy Kimmel being a good person. All Jimmy Kimmel has to do is be a good person right now and say, I screw this one up. I despise Donald Trump, but that has nothing to do with any of this, and it let me cloud my judgment. I still despise Donald Trump, but I should do better at not letting it cloud my judgment about you. The person who might tune into the show from time to time, I'd like you to watch my show. I shouldn't have said what I said. I got the facts wrong, and I think it was hurtful, and I apologize for it. And if he says at the end, and I still despise Donald Trump, that's probably good enough for Disney, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like,
for sure.
It doesn't have to be the apology that you and I would want to hear from him. We're not going to get a politically transformed Jimmy Kimmel out of this. And Disney is not asking for that. ABC is not asking for that. What Jimmy Kimmel would likely need to do to satisfy his employer would fall way short from what we would want him to do. But I don't want him to do anything he doesn't want to do himself. If this is how he truly feels and he wants to double down, I don't have a lot of compassion for his situation. If he said that and the cancel culture gang came after him and demanded that he was fired, and all the networks were like, no, leave him on, and Bob Iger's like, oh, I'm scared, I'm Disney, I don't want to be looked at as a leftist lunatic industry. Shall I say it like this?
Yes, you're close.
Close. And the conservative right was like, no, fire him now. And they're like, okay, fine, we'll fire him. And he was like, I want to apologize. And he wasn't being allowed to. That would be cancel culture. Mm-hmm. That's not what this is. Jimmy Kimmel, just apologize. Do it on X. Do it on Blue Sky, and somebody will screen capture it and put it on X, and then people will actually see it. All right, let's take a quick break. We're going to play Jimmy Fallon's response when we come back. And in a moment where we're looking for humor, I want to know if you can find humor in how Jimmy Fallon reacted to the Jimmy Kimmel situation. We'll be right back.
Don't know if you're happy or complaining. Don't want for us to win, where do I start? First you wanna go to the left, then you wanna turn right.
Well, this is one of the easiest things I get to do all day. Just talk about where I'm having dinner, which is Andrea's Steakhouse tonight in Fairview Heights, O'Fallon, Illinois. This week was my birthday, and we've been celebrating all week, and I would guess we would just continue into next week. I don't know why we wouldn't. But I am celebrating, as I usually do, by going to my favorite restaurant, which is Andrea's. I'm going to get a grilled portobello mushroom. I'm just looking at their menu right now. It's the easiest thing in the world. Grilled portobello mushroom is what I'm going to get for an appetizer, and then maybe some grilled shrimp, too. And then I'm going to get the filet mignon, the large tenderloin steak, which is my favorite, a 12-ounce filet mignon. I would venture to say you've probably never had a filet that's that big. These things are so good, I can barely finish them. In fact, I probably won't. And then it's a great lunch for tomorrow. If you've never been to Andrea's Steakhouse, experience what I can't wait to experience tonight because it is a meal you will not forget. They have their own steak sauce. It's been around since 1978. So if you've never had that, you need to get a bottle too. But let them cook it for you. Go to the restaurant, andreas.com.
97.1 FM Talk welcomes Trans-Siberian Orchestra and their monumental tour, The Ghost of Christmas Eve, at the Enterprise Center on December 23rd. A portion of the proceeds benefits Sightman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Rhino Shield is far superior to even the best traditional exterior house paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where every episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum-sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
No paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Mark Cox here for the Range St. Louis West. Right now, they're giving away a free basic handgun skills class. All you have to do is register for your chance to win. TheRangeSTL.com/971. I've taken this class. It's ideal for beginners. They have expert instruction. It's available in a women's only class if that's what you're interested in. The normal cost is $135. You can win the class right now at TheRangeSTL.com/971. Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how to link to the market without the risk. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go online to retirementkey.com.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. So tell them today, I love you. Get screened. It could help save their life. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Annie Fry, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Range. It's the Annie Fry Show.
So did you see the Jimmy Fallon clip?
Hang on, I'm going to bring that back up. I'm in a training montage.
You're in a what?
I'm in a training montage.
What are you training for?
The fight of my life.
The 2 o'clock hour. Ask Me Anything, which will be in the next hour. If you have any questions that you would like to throw our show's way, obviously we need some help. So get in the Annie Fry YouTube channel. Pretty much just ask questions about Ryan Wiggins, and then Brad and I will answer them. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Sounds like a blast.
Yeah, we'll answer them how we presume that Ryan would answer them.
So it's same as any other day.
Like, I would never. I would never. Jimmy Fallon had to, Colbert, he's gone down. Jimmy Kimmel, gone down. So Jimmy Fallon has got to be sitting here going, ooh, looking to my left, looking to my right. But is Jimmy Fallon not the most innocuous of them all?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, without any question, Colbert and Kimmel make their living on left-wing rage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Seth Meyers just seems mad at everything.
I always forget that he's there. He's like a little angry leprechaun who's lurking late at night, and nobody knows he's there.
Yes.
It's the creepiest kind.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon, on the other hand, I find him to be funny, and I never mind a joke about my side or our president if it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to hear it and understand the joke. And if you understand the joke, and even if you don't laugh out loud, if you can kind of chuckle inside like, I see why you did that, that is a sign of humanity in you, in the people who wrote the jokes. And I think Jimmy Kimmel generally does a pretty good job of it. Let's listen here.
Well, guys, the big story is that Jimmy Kimmel was suspended by ABC after pressure from the FCC, leaving everyone thinking WTF. This morning, I woke up to 100 text messages from my dad saying, I'm sorry they canceled your show. I go, that's not me. That's Jimmy Kimmel. But to be honest with you all, I don't know what's going on. And no one does. But I do know Jimmy Kimmel. And he's a decent, funny, and loving guy, and I hope he comes back. Yeah, a lot of people are worried that we won't keep saying what we want to say or that we'll be censored. But I'm going to cover the president's trip to the UK just like I normally would. Here we go. Well, guys, President Trump just wrapped up his 3-day trip to the UK, and he
looked incredibly handsome.
As always, his tie was
exactly the right length.
And his face looked
like a color that exists in nature.
And his hair looked
better than Conrad's from the summer I turned pretty.
During the trip, protesters managed to project images onto the sides of Windsor Castle of Trump standing next to his good friend, Jeff
Goldblum.
Even though his administration still insists that he's not in the
Goldblum
file, which we all know is absolute bull.
True.
Anyway, to sum it up, President Trump is
making America great again by restoring our national reputation, reinvigorating our economy, and rebuilding our military. I hereby nominate him for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah! You gotta love that.
That's great. That's good comedy.
It's really funny. And if you think about the things that he said there at the end about the things that Donald Trump has done well, they're true. The things that he listed that Donald Trump is doing, at least my side of the aisle, I would think on the whole would agree with that. Well done, Jimmy Fallon. Way to make it funny. Way to make us laugh. I appreciate it. Send us your Ask Us Anything questions. Next segment. Don't go away.
You have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
The Ruler Foods ad is always available online if you want to see savings. So you hear me say, oh, what was it that Annie said was on sale? You can go to rulerfoods.com and see for yourself. But I've got a list of things here that I'm supposed to remind you about, and it just reminded me. And I think my husband is listening right now, and he's in Collinsville, and I think that he needs to go to Ruler Foods in Collinsville to buy these things. Stock up on Brooks chili beans for just 99 cents and Kroger chili ready tomatoes for 95 cents. Add flavor, Jared, with Kroger chili seasoning mixes, only 69 cents. Jared, get hearty with 70% lean ground beef. That's funny. I don't know why. 2 1/4 pounds for just $12. I still got time. Jared, top it off with Kroger shredded cheese. Lots of cheese. Sometimes the kids only eat the cheese. Only $1.89. And Jared, don't forget the sides, saltine and oyster crackers for $1.99. And Jared, corn chips for those people for just $1.69. Plus, Jared, mini sweet peppers, tomato juice, yellow onions, all priced to please. Jared, go to rulerfoods.com.
We, without hesitation, recommend that anybody work with ThrottleNet. The experience will be as good as it's been for us, for anybody, because you'll get a true partnership and you'll be able to rest easy that you're going to get the service that you need while they're also doing all those things that you don't want to have to think about, that you don't want to have to worry about. They're always doing that in the background for you.
Don't wait for your next IT crisis. If your business depends on technology, you need a partner that's got your back. Contact ThrottleNet.com to get a free IT evaluation and see how we can support your IT everything.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows before winter hits, which is smart, don't keep making the same mistake. Stop replacing your failing vinyl windows on your home now with more vinyl. Lakeside Renovation and Design will install Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows. They're built to last, they're energy efficient, plus they look stunning, and they're custom built for your home. Installed by Lakeside's expert team, and they're going to offer a lifetime workmanship warranty. If you're ready to upgrade your windows once and for all, you need to visit windowsbylakeside.com. Schedule your free consultation today.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-500-5000.
That's 314-500-5000.
All on the free Odyssey app.
Cabinet post can be filled. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The U.S. Senate just confirming former Congressman Mike Waltz to be President Trump's ambassador to the United Nations after months of delays and the withdrawal of a previous nominee. The president tapping Waltz for the UN post after a controversial run as national security advisor when a journalist was mistakenly added to a private group chat about military plans. The Pentagon's Inspector General is still investigating that. The Senate not able to advance a Republican or Democrat spending plan to avoid a government shutdown.
The theater must end. Let's sit down and negotiate.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer accuses Republicans of stonewalling as Democrats demand higher spending on health care. House Speaker Mike Johnson says the Democrats' counterproposal is full of poison pills.
The ball is in Chuck Schumer's court. I hope he does the right thing. I hope he does not choose to shut the government down and inflict pain unnecessarily on the American people.
The House passed the Republican stopgap bill earlier today. Current funding runs out at the end of this month. Tributes to Charlie Kirk on Capitol Hill as the House and Senate pass resolutions in his honor. A unanimous vote in the Senate. In the House, more than 100 Democrats either voted no, present, or didn't vote. New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez calls Kirk's murder horrific and vile, but also criticizes the resolution honoring him.
His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans.
House Majority Leader Steve Scalise.
It's a shame that that's where their party has moved. It's not where America is. I mean, my gosh, we've seen such an outpouring of love for Charlie, what he represented, the idea that we should be able to debate freely even when we disagree.
95 Democrats joined Republicans in favor of the resolution. America is listening to Fox News.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Seems like there's more identity theft in the news every day.
Another major healthcare breach was reported today, resulting in the exposure. Now 1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity.
That's because there are endless places that could accidentally expose you to identity theft, in a breach, or simply by mistake. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Our temperature's a touch cooler as we go through our Friday afternoon. 85, still well above average. Partly sunny skies, a couple of showers here and there tonight. 65, the weekend Saturday, partly sunny, mainly a dry day. Maybe a spot thunderstorm, but that's about it. 88, Sunday mostly cloudy, and 83 with periods of rain developing Sunday night and into Monday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Byrne.
The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Time to get ready for cold weather and schedule your heating system check. Get not just your heating system, but your entire HVAC system checked for $19 a month with the Preferred Partner Plan. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
They got someone here knows what they're talking about.
Left up, left right, gotta love this American ride.
And you need to take some time to get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
You really deliver that last line with a lot of bass in your voice. Did you amplify that when you mixed that together?
No, I didn't. That was my natural voice.
Welcome back. 2:00 on a Friday. Hooray, you've made it this far. Our YouTube poll for today, we took phone calls in the first hour. How do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on the show? Just right, too much, or not enough? A lot of interesting calls. I hope was it Williams fries that were ordered on the air?
I don't remember. It was a guy in the drive-thru.
I think it was Williams. A lot of really interesting conversation there. Some people who think too much, some people who wish we would do more, other people who think it's just right. We would like to know where you are on this topic. Let's see here. I want to read a comment from Jackie. She said, I said just enough. I love that you talk about faith. You are living out your faith and people can be changed because of it. Well, that's a pressure. But we don't not talk about our faith because it's a foundational part of who we are. So it's kind of just part of the deal. And of course, we think that, well, I'll speak for myself. My faith is before everything else. And I have to remind myself of that. So when we talk about politics, for me, it's inseparable to talk about my personal beliefs. I think if I were in an elected position, that I would be cognizant of the fact that everybody I represented wouldn't necessarily have the same religious beliefs. And Charlie Kirk would say this as well. He can make a religious argument for his beliefs, but he can make a secular argument for his political beliefs as well. And I think that both of those are important. So let us know what you think. Leave a comment if you so choose, and go vote in the YouTube poll. We'll see how those results shake out at about 2:56. It's Ryan's birthday week, and I already gave him his gift for today. What was it?
It was a chai tea from Scooters.
The whole chai tea was a medium size. It wasn't even small this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I'm almost done with it.
Only the best for you, Ryan Wiggins.
Thanks. You didn't give me a large, but I still, guess I'll take a medium over a small.
Medium had less sugar in it.
A small would have less.
Just right. I asked him at Scooters, I'm like, can you make the chai tea latte, iced chai tea latte, which is what Ryan gets? Can you make it with less sugar? And they're like, and then they started saying, we could do this, and we could do. I'm like, he won't like it. Just put everything in it.
Yeah, it was a good choice.
It's your birthday. Yesterday, I gave you your second birthday gift, which was a Johnny Donkin excessively masculine cologne poster. Did you show it to your wife?
No, I did not.
Did you hang it in your house?
No. And here's why.
Okay.
I was going straight from here to a soccer practice, basically. and then from a soccer practice to home to maybe eat, and then to dance. So I thought...
To dance?
You
dance?
I do dance.
What kind of dance?
It's not the kind you think.
It's probably...
It makes me money. I'll say that.
Can you...
There's a bunch of dudes that show up.
Is this cold turkey?
And they scream, shake the
Go
moneymaker.
away! Why are you here?
You are not who we came for.
Shake the moneymaker?
They scream that at some people there. At me, they scream, "You are not why we are here."
I don't. Of all of the inside jokes that we have on this show, I think 95% of the inside jokes. That could be another. That could be another of your stage names.
Cold turkey.
You have another one. I can't remember what it is. Ethan's doing something in there with Mark Reardon right now. Cold turkey is one of them. There's another one. It'll come to us. But all of our inside jokes on this show are surrounding your life.
Yeah. So anyway, back to real life. I had such a narrow window there to be able to present this big thing.
You want it to be like the center stage part,
like,
not in passing.
I'm not going to do this tonight. So we're gonna do it this weekend. Although tonight I'm literally going straight from here to school again to go to Andrea's for birthday. But
take it with you.
Oh man, maybe.
Take it with you.
Set it next
if you take it with you and you take a picture of it next to the Andrea sign, I'll post it on the Andy Fry Show Facebook page.
Ooh, that's tempting.
You can do it for Andrea's.
Well, it'll be in my car, so I don't know why I wouldn't. But I'll take it home this weekend.
Is Ethan in the studio with Mark Reardon over there right now?
No.
Ethan, if you can hear us, come inside the studio. I want to talk to you.
He's talking to Fred Bottomer about the Mark Reardon show.
Ethan, come talk to me about the Andy Fry Show. Just real quick, and then Fred can have you back. So, do you know what you're going to do with the Johnny Donkin excessively masculine cologne poster yet?
Yes, I do. I am going. So, on our mantle, there are a bunch of very nice paintings and things that Katie has cultivated over the years.
Okay, I already can see how this is going to turn into an issue.
This is going right there. And it's so gaudy that
What?
There's the Johnny Donkin's poster. There's no way anybody's going to walk in that room and not see it immediately. So I might just sit there and record reactions as people walk in. But that'll happen at some point this weekend. I don't know exactly when.
So you're going to show it? So you didn't even show it to her?
Nobody's seen it. No, unless she saw the picture you had on Facebook or something, then no, she hasn't seen it. Nobody has. No, in fact, a couple people have asked me about it from listening to the show, but they haven't seen it because they were just listening.
Okay. Well, we're going to do something a little unusual here. We're going to break super early. We are going to do an Ask Me Anything, but I have good news. There's one more gift.
Yay.
But I don't want to give it to you without Ethan in here.
Okay. Well,
so I need you to take it up with the Mark Reardon Show.
Okay. I'll go get him.
And have the custody dispute with the Mark Reardon Show and just say, we need Ethan for just a little bit.
Okay.
Or he can keep working on their show and you just don't get your gift.
The first one's going to happen.
If you want to check out the poster that I made for him for his cologne, his Johnny Donkin excessively masculine cologne. There's probably a Johnny Donkin out there somewhere right now. I should have looked that up. Make sure you jump on. Ask us anything in the comments. We'll get to that next as well. Don't go away. The Lutheran Elementary School Association is waiting for you to connect with them because you've been thinking about an alternative to public education, maybe even homeschooling, kind of both ends of the spectrum. You're looking for something you can trust, something you can feel confident is going to, first and foremost, deliver a top-notch education to your child, but also add in the added benefit of a Lutheran education, a Christian education, along with learning math, learning science, learning how to write, learning all these things that you're supposed to learn in school and not including the other stuff that you're not supposed to learn in school. At a Lutheran elementary school, they have 34 of them across the bi-state region. They have 4 high schools across the bi-state region with another one coming to Franklin County in 2026. You're going to receive a wonderful education. They have tuition assistance that's available to you as well. Go to lisastl.org to learn about how you can apply for that. And they also offer special education in most of the schools. They support IEPs and special needs. If you've been putting this off, right now, just go to the website and learn about them. That's all you have to do. And then if you want to make a contact, if you want to go visit one of these schools, go tell them, I heard about this on the Annie Fry Show, and I'm curious. That's all you have to do to start the process. It's Lisa with an E, lisastl.org.
If it's time for new windows, there's only one place to call. That is Window World. Mark Cox here. Call my friends at Window World at 314-993-1800 for your free estimate today. If you have any questions, they'll be glad to send someone out to explain all of it to you. You can even schedule right online at windowworldstl.com. You know, there's a lot of high-interest financing out there, but here's what Window World's doing. Right now, they're offering 18 up to 36 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. You can't beat that. You also get a lifetime warranty that covers all of the parts, the glass breakage, and labor. Who else stands behind their product like that? Over half the appointments Window World will set this year are from previous customers or referrals from those customers. That is a testimony to their customer service, their quality, and their commitment to creating loyal customers. That's what you get with Window World. Call them at 314-993-1800, windowworldstl.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-239-1749. 800-239-1749 or biglou.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Quote Renter's Insurance at progressive.com.
This is the Annie Fry Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
Well, you know, Ethan's in charge of the show, and he makes the rules and he makes the decisions. And I have a present over here for the final installment in Ryan's birthday week, and I just thought should really be up to you as to whether or not to give it to him.
Look, you only turned 35 once.
Yeah, you did 30 years ago.
So I think we should celebrate that.
Here's my thought.
Every day.
Let's make a little bit of a deal here.
Ooh, deal.
Okay.
I want a new replacement Wiggins America intro that isn't based
Oh,
around,
I don't. I am in charge.
Isn't based around the word disappointed.
No, it's so funny. It makes me laugh every time.
Ooh, okay. So
disappointing.
You're supposed to be on my side here, Annie.
I'm on your side all the other times.
Then advocate for me. What can I use for leverage here? If you don't like that one,
make him pay you $20.
No thanks.
It's boring, but I like it.
At the end of the day, isn't money just what we want?
No.
It's all based around
I
money.
want stuff.
Should I give it to him? I think you'll like it, Ethan. I think you're going to like the gift.
All right. Well, I guess I'll have to settle for my own entertainment value.
Yay. That's the perfect gift.
I'm not very satisfied
Tiny
with that.
and shiny, just like you like it.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it high and tight.
Ryan loves tiny and shiny.
I don't know what that means.
You know, when you're on the stage and they're like, we're not here for you.
Explain the shiny part of that.
I can't. I don't go to your shows. It's just what they say about
What is
you.
it, Ryan? Ryan, what are you opening?
Ooh, it's
Explain
a
to the
mustard-colored
people.
shirt.
It's unrolling
It's a good T-shirt, too, by the way.
Yeah, it feels very
He
nice.
is looking at it.
Yay! Wow!
What does
this
it say?
Is even cooler. Another character I do on the show with my face on it. Gary Wood.
Reporting.
Reporting.
And the bottom says?
The bottom says, I got you passes to the White House. Oh, my gosh. I can wear this to the White House, Brad.
No, that's Brad's gift. Not
It
mine.
says, what a scoop. That's a great shirt.
I think,
And there's a
will you wear
picture
that?
of you.
Oh, yeah, I'll wear
Okay.
this.
There's a
probably right
picture
now.
of you in the middle.
You're on the shirt.
You have to
Yeah.
describe to like the large majority of our crowd that is listening
You
what
guys
it
can do
is.
it. You guys are good
Will you
at
put it on?
Yeah,
Will you
I'll
go?
put it on right now.
Okay. Do you
In front of us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Why are you taking your pants off?
Oh, that's what he meant
I
by.
thought
That's what she meant by tiny and shiny.
Again, explain shiny. I don't get shiny. Am I a robot penis? What is that?
I was referring to maybe like a shaved chest or something. My God.
A tiny chest?
Ryan, line is so far in the rearview mirror.
Jeez.
What are you doing?
It is a mustard colored shirt with, what would you say, orange? Is that like
Yeah.
orangish, reddish font? It says Gary Vood reporting, and there is a picture of what looks to be Ryan Wiggins in his Colorado Rockies hat
it's
holding a
Ryan-
microphone.
It's like winter weight,
It's
Ryan
like Paul-
Wiggins.
It's like
Yeah.
Paul Bunyan Ryan
A little
Wiggins.
thick. A little thick
And
on
it
the
says, what a scoop at the bottom. That's a great shirt.
Can you, for a moment, acknowledge the microphone that he's holding to report? I was going to tell AI to
Oh, it's
fix
an
it.
old-fashioned mic.
But it's like just unhooked and unplugged. It's not a microphone that a reporter would ever hold to somebody too. And I was like, should I fix that? Nah.
I like that, when you get a kid a shirt or shoes, you get them a little bit big so they can grow into them.
Yeah.
That's what my face looks like. So I'm a little fat on there, but it's okay. I can grow into that.
Tiny and shiny.
Tiny.
Oh, you
Thank
like
you.
it?
Wow.
I love it.
Will you wear it?
Yeah. I'm
How
wearing it
many
now.
how many people will see you wearing that Colorado Rockies hat that is on all these AI things I do of you? How many people will see you like walking around Ruler Foods buying your chili supplies and look at your shirt and then look at you and be like,
I think if I'm not wearing the other hat, people will go, "Oh, that's not him." But if I wear the Colorado Rockies
just tell them
hat,
it's your fatter brother.
it's like Clark Kent.
Ryan Wiggins.
They'll be like, look kind of like him, but it's definitely not Superman.
Well, I hope you like it. Happy birthday.
Thanks. It's cool.
The finale.
It's very cool. Yeah, I appreciate that. These are good gifts. And I love
spent
that
more
they're-
time on gifts for you this year than I spend on pretty much anybody in my life. I was making that shirt last night, and I'm like, I wish he knew that I was doing this, that I was giving him my actual time rather than just money.
Is Gary Vood wearing a polo?
It's a button-up shirt.
It is?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got a button on it.
Does that ever happen? Does Gary Vood wear...
Next question. It's a legitimate question.
It's a legitimate question. Ethan.
please. Next question on the Annie Fry Show.
All right, first question for me, the YouTube live chat poll question. How do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed in the show? Just right, too much, not enough. We've got votes coming in right now on the Annie Fry YouTube poll question, and we will go around real quick here and answer for ourselves. I don't know if I can really answer this question because however much we talk about it is however much I want to talk about it, I would say. Ethan, I'll let you go first. What do you think?
I think it's just right. I think that in today's day and age, I think I'm a big advocate for politics and morality should be connected because so many of the decisions you make is based around your morals, your values, your beliefs, and for people that that is connected so strongly with their faith, like that should be a big part of the conversation. It's not like I think you do a really good job of not, for 3 hours a day, smudging it in people's faces saying, this is what I am, but you're not afraid to comment about it. And I don't think any of us are afraid to comment about it. And in today's day and age, with the political climate, I think it's important to be having those conversations.
Brad, what do you think?
Well, I think it's just right, and I think that we talk about it a lot more than people even realize that we talk about it because faith, you said it for yourself, I'll say it for me, faith informs everything that I do. Everything that I am, faith is first, and it informs everything else. So anytime we talk about a topic, it's informed by that. And so I think that we're hitting it just right because we're talking about it in that essence, that this affects our life, and this is why we think about it, and we're coming from this perspective.
Ryan?
There's really no way to answer this other than just right because no matter how much you do or don't talk about Jesus, you could force it and that would be too much. You could avoid it and that would be too little. Mm-hmm. But anything we do, we're all very, very just naturally talking, like almost all the time. So it's always going to be just right because if it comes up, we're talking about Jesus. If it doesn't, we're not talking about Jesus. So it's always going to be pretty natural to the conversation.
I feel like there's a part of me that is default answer is not enough. Like, are we ever talking about it enough? My bosses might say, you're doing a good job. And they have. And I think this is, I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I have very, very, very frequently tried to remind anybody listening to the show that despite anybody who might be associated with this show, the station, or anything like that, I have never a single time in my entire radio career had someone tell me that I can or cannot talk about something. I've never had anybody come to me and say, Annie, you got to tone down the Jesus stuff. I get it. It's who you are, but, just work it in just right, Never have I ever had that happen. And we have had discussions with listeners. We've done some research on the show, and there are people who really appreciate that. I've been told that the Christian faith that we talk about here as part of who we are, I'm not here to preach to you. You don't come to this show to get a sermon, that's for sure. But that it is something that most of our listeners do value. And I just want to make sure there are people who will probably try to make you think that some sort of corporate overlord is over here pulling the strings on what we do on the show. We get no help, guidance, restrictions, barriers, or anything from anybody. This show is literally what I put together with Brad and Ethan and Ryan every day, and we're not told, knock that off, ever. So, with that being said, probably the right Jesus answer here is not enough, but I hope it's just right. We want to know what you think. Go vote in the YouTube poll. Next question, Ryan. Don't make it about Christian faith. Let's keep that at bay.
When you were a kid, did you ever think you'd be in radio?
Yeah. My dad was in radio.
My dad wasn't.
I grew up in radio stations. My dad used to work for KZK a long time ago.
Oh,
which is kind of interesting. Yeah. I've written out the timeline. I've sat down with him and talk to him about what years he was working where, just to intercept, because I came into radio. Next year will be my 20th year in radio. I do not feel old enough to have been professionally in radio for 20 years in May. And my first job in radio was as Frank Cusimano's intern at KFNS. So I've been in sports talk radio for 3 years. I've been at 97.1 ever since 2009. I thought radio sounded really cool. I wanted to take it a step further into television. It didn't really work out for my internship. I ended up in radio, and I just never left. I'm glad I'm here. Did you think you'd be in radio?
No, my dad did not work in radio. My mom did. My mom was at KZK too. It's Julie Tristan. So she kind of, pushed me into the career. But
she always believed in you.
She always
had faith in you when literally nobody else did.
Yeah, it's funny that I just met her here. Once I was already working.
Met your mom here?
Yeah, Julie Tristan is my mom.
It's also 20 years younger than you, which is super weird. Ethan, did you think you'd be in radio?
I began probably in early high school recognizing, I'm not going to be good enough to be a professional athlete. So,
was there a moment in your life where you realized that you weren't going to be a pro ball player or whatever?
It was probably like late middle school, early high school, where I was like,
was it devastating?
No, it wasn't, because I was like, you know what? I can just go into sports broadcasting. I like talk. My reasoning that I would tell people is I like sports and I like talking, and I'm sure I could put something together with those two things.
Brad's long storied radio career. What about you? Did you think you'd be in radio?
No, it was never on my radar. It wasn't on my radar until I applied for this job.
Which I told you to do.
Yeah. She sent me a DM, said, you should apply for this job. I was like, oh, okay.
Brad was in the YouTube chat of the show, and we needed a producer because Katie Fitzpatrick went on to other things, who I just spoke with this past week. And so I needed to fill the slot. I needed to fill the slot and spot. And so Brad had been in the YouTube chat. I think I made you a moderator, right?
Yeah, I was a moderator in chat.
Got called to the bigs.
What an honor.
My honest
from the lawnmower.
Answer to that question is that I did not. I had no aspirations to be in radio. I wanted to do.
I have no aspirations.
I had no aspirations. I had no goals.
Landed.
I did want to be in TV.
Yeah?
And I wanted to write.
Yeah.
And through.
And you've done that.
And I have done that. I'm looking to still do that. It's just, gosh, it's so hard. And the industry is getting smaller. So it's not even, it's like.
And cheaper.
You have to be in it to even do anything in it. I've been so close to selling TV shows so many times and just never gotten there. But I do enjoy it, and I still write, so I get to do a lot of what I like to do. And as usual, you said not to talk about God, sorry. God typically puts you where you need to be, and then you realize, oh, this was good. And that's kind of what radio is to me.
Do you think God said, you know what you need, Ryan? Annie.
No.
Here we go.
No.
You think no?
I don't know, man.
He said,
be careful here. Do not blaspheme. I've got you right where I want you.
He said,
uh-huh.
I need.
Don't put words in God's mouth.
Let's see those writing skills come out here, big fella.
I need you on middays in St. Louis, but there's only one opening. And so he said.
So he put you on the Glover Show.
Oh, man.
He did. Yeah, he said, I'll put you on the Glover Show.
You're like Jonah running from God here.
Yeah, because I was supposed to stay on the Glover Show.
And this is Nineveh. I don't know if I really win in this scenario. Go fix the debaucherous Sandy Fry Show. Stop running from God. All right, VeggieTales humor, people. Brad, next question. It's the first.
So my next question, this is way more simple. What is your favorite pizza topping? So what's your favorite topping on pizza?
Chicken.
Probably more cheese.
More cheese?
I really like I like anchovies more than I care to admit.
You sicko.
It's just like salt.
What standards do you have that it makes you hesitant to admit that?
Well, most people are like, you hold yourself to a very high standard, don't you? And I'm like,
no,
yes,
nobody.
but.
Literally no one.
I try to joke my way around it, and people are usually like, no, like, you are the standard bearer. And I'm like, okay. But I like anchovies, and I like sausage.
Isn't that shirt great on him? It makes everything he says just kind of come out naturally.
It's impossible to take him seriously most of the time. It's even more so.
Can you imagine, just in your car, wherever you are, going about your day wearing a shirt that has your own face on it?
I love it.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I thought about it. I was chuckling to myself last night. I almost just made it your face.
The only thing that might be better is if it was just my face looking right back at you or pointing up at my face.
I'll have to show you. I'll have to show you the prompt I put into AI to make that shirt. But it was he's supposed to be holding the microphone out to like the viewer of the shirt, and that's what happened.
That's funny.
What was the question? Oh, favorite pizza topping, Ethan?
Chicken, easily. Just lather some grilled chicken.
I think more cheese is, but I also think like you have to add more cheese to a pizza these days to get cheese on a pizza these days. Fair. Like all the shrinkflation stuff, the cheese is definitely less on pizzas than it used to be. But we usually just get sausage. That makes my whole family.
It's a safe option.
Yeah.
Do you guys like bagel bites?
Yeah. Not as much as I thought I did when I was 12.
Oh, man.
That's a good point.
Bagel bites got me in trouble when I was younger. It was a big part of my growth as a person.
Bagel bites? Wait, what kind of growth?
Your growth?
His physical growth.
That growth. Got it.
All right. We've got more questions coming in on the Annie Fry Show next question segment. So keep it right here. If you've got questions you want to throw our way, go to the Annie Fry YouTube live chat and let us have it. You can also vote in the poll and let us know if you think how you feel about how frequently we talk about our faith. We'll be right back.
Well, my goodness gracious, let me tell you.
Michael's Flooring Outlet, they're online at igotfloored.com, but they're in person in 3 different locations across St. Louis. You can shop Michael's Flooring Outlet in Darning Prairie. You can also go to West County on Olive Boulevard, 1 mile off 270 West on Olive. And you can shop Michael's Flooring Outlet in St. Charles County, 116 Main Street in Old Town St. Peters at Mid-Rivers and Highway 70. Shopping for new flooring is exciting, but you don't want to overpay, and everything seems to cost so much these days. You want to make sure that where you're shopping is a place that's going to respect you, respect your hard-earned dollar, and provide you quality and value at the same time. That's why so many people who have listened to this station, listened to this show for decades now, have gone and been happy, satisfied customers at Michael's Flooring Outlet. The Smart Strand Mohawk Silk line comes with silky softness, of course, but superior performance. You can feel that carpet underneath your bare feet. And when you're sitting down on the floor playing with the kids, playing with the grandkids, it's comfortable, it's cozy, and it's resilient. That's why you invest in the best, and that's why Michael's Flooring Outlet carries it. You can find them online at Michael's Flooring Outlet or michaelsflooringoutlet.com or igotfloored.com.
I'm Kristen Press.
And I'm Tobin Heath.
We're World Cup winners, Olympians, and the hosts of The Recap Show.
Every week, we sit down with the icons, disruptors, and game changers on the field and beyond it to talk victories, heartbreaks, and everything in between.
We've built a space where athletes, changemakers, and people creating the future of women's sports can show up and show off as their full, unapologetic selves.
Follow and listen to The Recap Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Attention St. Louis Medicaid residents in need of care at home. If you need assistance with daily activities, you can receive in-home care from a loved one that lives with you and they get paid. Through Medicaid, Freedom Care allows you to choose who provides your care at home in St. Louis, and they get paid weekly. Available to eligible Medicaid members in St. Louis. Call now to check your eligibility. It can be your daughter, son, a close relative, or trusted friend helping you with cooking, transportation, laundry, and other activities in your own home. You get the help you need, and your caregiver gets paid. Freedom Care has over 7,000 five-star Google reviews and is a leading choice in St. Louis for in-home care. If you have Medicaid and want to receive great care from a loved one, go to freedomcare.com or for faster service, call 314-597-1749. 314-597-1749. That's 314-597-1749.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
We are asking you the question today, how do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on the show? That is the YouTube live chat poll of the day. A couple of comments here. Chris, I'm just pulling up at random here from your comments. Chris says, Annie Fry, praise God, praise Jesus. You talk about your faith in a good, moderate way. Keep it up. Lots of other great comments. I'm not going to read all of them. Gosh, you guys are giving us great stuff today, though. Thank you for that. It's the YouTube live chat poll 235. We'll discuss the results of this poll at the end of the show. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
From Hillsboro to Highland, 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Ask us anything right now. It's our next question segment. Next question goes to Ethan. What do you want to know?
Oh, it's my turn. Here we go. If you could live with a fictional character as a roommate, who would you choose?
You have one in mind?
I think that
Jessica Rabbit.
Oh man. Easy.
I was talking about for me. She sounds like she's really nice.
I think that I would probably pick Kramer. I'd probably pick Kramer.
No, you
He's
wouldn't.
so entertaining.
No, you wouldn't. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just for pure entertainment purposes.
A fictional character that you'd want to live with? Is that the question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ryan? You got one?
I'd pick a chupacabra. Because those things are just crazy, man. They just tear up people's farms and stuff, but they're not real. They're a Spanish myth.
I would want to live with one of those things.
I don't know. That's a good question, but I just would like to see one, you know? So
and live with it.
Would I live with it? I don't know. We'd have to have some boundaries.
Like what?
Like you can't tear up my farm, but you can go out at night and tear up other Spanish farmers.
Leave my goats alone.
A lot of traveling overnight.
Brad?
I think Tony Stark. because that doesn't mean that he moves in with me. It means I move in with him, and he is rich and has all sorts of cool stuff.
Business
and we
decision.
Could hang out together. I think he'd be fun.
And he likes cars.
I'm so bad at these things. Any suggestions?
Kramer.
I'm so
Choose Bigfoot.
no.
Newman.
Is there any shows that you grew up watching that you really liked? Any characters that you're a fan of?
Urkel.
There's something that has happened to me in my probably mid to late 30s to 40s where like my brain refuses to entertain these types of questions. And I'm not saying that to be like a fuddy-duddy. I would like to.
She matured.
No, I think I got old. I don't know.
SpongeBob.
I'm trying to think of like my favorite cartoon. I mean, fictional character doesn't mean cartoon. I don't know.
Okay,
boring.
you can think about it. Let's go to the next one because it's very different. What fictional world would you most want to live in? For me, Narnia. Brad?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That's the Star Wars world.
What about like the Willy Wonka world?
You haven't answered the last one yet.
Oh, I'll just sit here and be quiet. That's easy for me. Good God.
Maybe it's Willy Wonka.
No.
You catch up?
What if it's Timothy Chalamet's version?
I have to literally take a minute to think about this. I'm not just trying to think of people I'd want to live with. I'm trying to think of fictional characters that I know.
Yeah, she's thinking of TV shows, and she's like, maybe Kevin O'Leary.
Yes.
Mark Cuban.
No.
Who's on Shark Tank?
Oh. Next question. Somebody ask a
Undercover
question.
boss.
I'm sorry I'm bad at this part.
Okay, next question. Let's take your parents out of this. Who was
Okay.
your biggest cheerleader when you were growing up?
It was my dad and Julie Tristan.
What a weird sentence.
But now I don't know what to say because you took my parents out of it.
Does she know that you have this bit?
No,
she has no idea.
And she doesn't listen to this show or station.
We
I don't
know
think.
each other just enough to be like, hey, what's up, Julie?
It's a far, far overstep. It can't really be
We're not
measured.
We're not that good of friends to be doing this on
And
the
Julie
air.
is wonderfully sweet and kind.
That's
She's
what
like,
I'm banking on.
I know. Biggest cheerleader. Mine would be my. If I were going to narrow it down to one, you said no parents. Probably my grandma, my paternal grandma who lived next door. I was very close to her. She was the first grandparent that I lost, and I was 18 when I lost her. It was really sad. But she's the one was from Australia. She just had a really different perspective on life because she didn't grow up here. She grew up in Australia. My understanding is that she grew up in like abject poverty that I don't even think I could imagine. My grandpa in World War II in Australia, when my grandpa was serving as an army captain there, came here and just like grew up in poverty, married an American, came to the middle of the United States of America as a newlywed, waited for him to come home from the war, and then established a new life here. And my dad's an only child, so we were her only grandchildren. So I was just really close to her. And she was supportive, but also my passion or obsession with good grammar comes from my good grandma. So, grandma.
Biggest cheerleader. I'd say Rachel Lee Cook from She's All That.
Shut up. There's not a cheerleader in there.
I thought
She's
that was
not
a cheerleader
No,
movie.
no, let's bring it on.
Oh, Freddie Prinze.
Okay. I can't entertain this conversation. Ethan, what about you? Obviously, your lovely mother who has given you life is off the table.
Yeah, I was going to say you excluded parents. So I
Can
would
we trade parents? Can I say Ethan's parents for mine?
According to your rules, it seems like we can.
I'd take Julie. I would probably pick my grandmother as well. She was a huge college football fan. They grew up right outside of South Bend, Indiana, so they were big Notre Dame fans. And there was a time period where she lived with us, and she would, on Saturday nights, Sunday nights, hey, Ethan, give me the college football update. How did Notre Dame do? This is like a sweet, like frail 85-year-old woman. And even in her final years in the last couple of years, always checking, asking how my career was going.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say my late grandmother, Marianne.
Brad?
This is my grandpa. He he used to take us like to the races and all that other stuff, but he would always come to a baseball game if he could make it to a baseball game. He was a farmer, so it was hard for him to get away, but if he could make it to a baseball game, he would come to one of my baseball games and cheer us on from there. He wasn't very loud. He was kind of, he was grandpa-y, so he wasn't like super emotional or anything like that, but having him there. And then like my best memory is getting to play catch with him. His body was failing him and all that other stuff, and he just kind of stood himself up from a picnic table. He said, I wonder if I could throw a ball still. And we got to play catch for about 2-3 minutes, and I will cherish that moment for the rest of my life.
I got to give a shout out to my grandma Wiggins for sure. Instead of just joking. Hi, Grandma.
Yeah, because she's probably listening right
Yeah,
now when
she
you're
might
talking
be.
about Julie Tristan.
Sorry. Grandma, if you had ever been a host on KEZK, you would have been first billed. But instead, it was
Your grandma is awesome.
I know.
She's a rock star.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to say.
Is your grandma proud of you?
Yes.
Right
she
now?
loves me. I think she's a little ashamed that I didn't bring her up until now.
Yeah, but you did.
But I did.
You do get credit for that.
That's my point.
Tell us what is so special about your lovely grandma.
She is fantastic. Every memory I ever have of her up until the present moment is just of her being happy. Like she sang, like my birthday was this week, Tuesday night. I went to see her, and she is having trouble. She's losing her breath as she's getting older, but she sang "Happy Birthday" to me still. Like,
how old is she?
93, and it was awesome. And here's the thing: it's always been good too. Like we just always have had a good relationship. So thank you.
Recovered.
And now I'm a winner.
Next question. What is your go-to insult word if you're going to say something about another driver while you're on the road?
Oh, boy.
Mine is Jack Wagon because it used to not be Jack Wagon. Now I have kids in the car, so we say Jack Wagon. What's it start with?
Well, there's multiple.
Your go-to, the first one that comes out.
Starts with an A. Probably.
2 syllables?
Yeah. That or idiot. Those would be the two.
Idiot's a go-to.
Yeah.
Probably rascal. Doggone you.
Do you say shucks?
No. But I have trained myself to not use a whole lot of cuss words.
Okay, this is specifically for you, Ryan, as the fellow parent in the room. For me, driving has been the most difficult place to turn off who I used to be.
Annie.
I would never. Yes. When the kids are in the car, it's like...
You just forget you ever had scurvy.
What?
Sailor
She looks at
Annie.
people and she goes,
Sailor boy! Yeah, it's what I do. That's how I got Jared.
in the midst of road rage.
That has been one of the hardest transitions to be like a sinful human adult being, and then the kids are just there while people are still being absolute morons on the road around you. It's like you just go out and people are driving like crazy, and that's the hardest transition for me. Do you have to change the way you A, drive, but B, react to other drivers because your kids are in the car, or are you just good all the time?
I've adjusted a bit, and now it's things like, that turkey. Oh, look at that guy. And then you somewhat come up with some sort of explanation like, I bet he's just having a bad day, huh, kids?
Who's worse, you or your wife?
With words?
In front of the kids.
We've kind of have a pact where we don't do it.
Yeah? You're good with that.
I would say, if ever, like less than 2-3 times that I've ever said
like if you said something, your kids would everything would stop.
No,
and
what's crazy is up until just recently, they had never even heard those words. So if I said anything,
I thought you were going to say they say the words in the car.
No, if they had heard us
Get
say...
out of the way, butthole!
Now, they'd know what butthole was, but the other words that you can't say on the air, they had literally never heard the words. So if I had said them, which was very, very few times, they would go right by. They wouldn't even know, which was great. It's like,
Brad, what's your go-to word?
It's usually 2 words. It's inconsiderate goob.
That does sound like you.
Like goob. What are you doing? Pay attention. Look at your mirror.
That's 5 syllables in 1 word. You have time for 5 syllables in inconsiderate?
Yes.
Are you ever inconsiderate when you drive?
I do my best not to be, but yeah, I'm inconsiderate. I'm not perfect, but I really try not to be.
When you have a kid start driving on the road at 15 or whatever it is, and you start seeing how everybody is driving around your child, and then you realize that you yourself do not drive privately the way you would want people to drive around your kid, it's breathtaking.
Oh, I'm sure. You're like, I'm looking at the man in the rearview mirror.
Think something was just
now we're going to get a copyright. Thanks a lot.
It did sound exactly like MJ.
Can you do it?
It was very tiny and shiny sounding.
When Molly was 2 years old, she knew Michael Jackson. If you said Michael Jackson around her, she wouldn't even stop what she was doing. She wouldn't even lift her head up. You go Michael Jackson, she'd go hee hee. It was so cute. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll wrap up the show here when we come back. The YouTube live chat poll: how do you feel about how frequently we discuss faith on this show? Just right, too much or not enough? Get your last words in here. We're going to wrap up in just a minute. Hand to the Mark Reardon Show. We'll be right back. The Dittamore Group, Tammy Dittamore and her amazing team at the Dittamore Group want to make sure your positive experience of listing your home when the time comes to list your home. If you are where I've been for a little bit right now, you know that it's in the future, but you don't know exactly when. You're trying to look at the market and predict things. I'm not, and I have no expertise in that, but I do know people who do, and I want to share that secret with you. I don't want it to be a secret. It's Tammy Dittamore and the Dittamore Group. You can reach out to them directly at 618-531-4652, 618-531-4652, and start the conversation about listing your home. Whether you need to list it and sell it super fast, or you're just starting to dip your toe, you've heard that rates have come down, you know people are going to be out looking for new homes now, maybe more than they had in the past. Time it right, and that starts with the first initial phone call you need to make. Pair up with the best realtors in the business, the #1 team and the #1 office in the Metro East. They can help you in Illinois. They can help you in Missouri. The Dittamore Group. 618-531-4652, thedittamore.com.
At a young age, Charlie Kirk became a force in American politics. Fox News Radio with Fox Nation dives into the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk.
The Life of Charlie Kirk, right here Sunday at noon, followed by the Charlie Kirk Memorial, happening live.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon for Generator Supercenter of St. Louis. And you know, your home is your sanctuary. You need to take the first step to peace of mind with a free estimate on a Generac home standby generator from the #1 Generac generator dealer in the country, Generator Supercenter. We learned the hard way here in St. Louis during the tornado recently that power can be knocked out. But even outside of that, what if the power grid fails and it's 100 degrees here in St. Louis? You don't want to be that person. Get with Generator Supercenter of St. Louis today. Generator Supercenter of St. Louis.com. Tell them that we sent you along. Hey, it's Mark Reardon. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how linking to the market is much safer than owning the market for your retirement savings. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go to retirementkey.com.
Injured in a rideshare accident? Whether you're driving or riding, Kaufman Townsley knows how to handle these tough cases. We fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Kaufman Townsley. Real people. Real results. Call 314-500-5000.
Rooted in faith, grounded in family. This is the Annie Fry Show.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness and gracious, great balls of fire.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. You know, one thing we haven't talked about at all, and I hesitate to even bring it up right now, is Kamala Harris's book. There's a lot of talk about that right now.
What do you want to know about it?
Did you read it?
Yeah.
It's weird. Is it out?
Don't know, but I got an advanced press copy, and man, it's a page turner.
Do you have interest in the developments, the insights that she has to provide in this book?
No.
Brad, do you?
I like to know the names, the who, with the theories that I already had. That it's like, oh yeah, so like, who was her original VP pick? Because it certainly wasn't Tim Walz, and apparently she said it was Pete Buttigieg.
She said, Kamala Harris said that she couldn't pick Pete Buttigieg for her vice president because they were already asking America to vote for a woman of color. They couldn't also ask them to vote for a gay man. And I keep thinking to myself, you are asking the Democrats in this country
to turn out.
To vote for that.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get the Democrats to vote for that?
Because it was a turnout. So many elections now are turnout elections. So all you're saying is I couldn't get my side to turn out.
Yeah. I mean, I will reiterate, and the identity politics, if it was in question whether or not identity politics is a winning plan, a winning thought process for our country in politics, I think that Kamala Harris has to have completely put that to bed at this point. Because everything that Kamala Harris we were told that she brought to the table, it was all preceded by the understanding that Joe Biden would pick a woman of color. She can't pick another box-checking candidate to run on the ticket with her when it was her choice. So if they didn't pick Buttigieg, ultimately she at the top of the ticket, you'd think that if she didn't have that kind of control of who ran with her, then how would she have controlled her presidency? Probably a lot like Biden, as in not. But the amount of people who are serving in the Donald Trump administration that are in some way, shape, or form part of the LGBT movement, community, I don't even know if it's a movement, it's just a community of people, including Scott Bessent. And I've never, ever heard once the Trump administration be like, Scott Bessent is a gay man. Because it doesn't matter. He's, in the eyes of the Trump administration and a lot of people who are commenting on the efficacy of the economic plan of the Trump administration, Scott Bessent's really good at being the Treasury Secretary. And that's what's important about Scott Bessent. It's a detail about his life that he's married to a man and they have kids. But it's not the reason he's there. That's how you put somebody on the ticket. Did you want Buttigieg on the ticket because you thought he added the most value to represent the American people? Yes or no? And, you know, the jokes write themselves that they didn't want to put a gay man on the ticket as a vice president. And then they put the guy who they tried to sell to us as masculine in Tim Walz. And boy, was he not masculine. He couldn't, the more masculine he tried to be, the less masculine he looked. He didn't have to do anything. And you don't have to tell us that he's like the man, you know? That was what they were trying to sell us over and over and over again. And it never, ever, ever hit. It just seems like this book is a mess. And I don't really feel like reveling in it. I don't know. I'm pretty disinterested on the whole. But it keeps making headlines. I guess that's what she
needs
wants.
it to do well if she's going to stay relevant.
Well, people say this is the only way she's going to make money because she's done in politics. We'll see. Ethan, you want to hit us with the results of today's YouTube live chat poll?
Back-to-back days, 300 votes plus, 300 on the dot today for today's YouTube live chat poll. How do you feel about how frequently faith is discussed on this show? 10% say too much, 13% say not enough, 76% say just right.
Thanks, guys. All right, I guess we'll keep doing it. Everybody happy with that? Do we all agree? All right. Well, keep it right here. Mark Reardon Show next on 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative, you're in the right place.
If you or someone you know has a home to sell, call Gloria Lou. That's right, Gloria Lou, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria is here with me now. And when it comes to St. Louis area market conditions, what advice do you have for your home sellers in today's market?
Well, most importantly, I understand every seller's situation is different. Some sellers need to sell,
and some sellers want to sell. And a lot of my sellers are looking to buy, and they also have a home to sell. My advice in this uncertain market is to get an upfront written guarantee. That way, you know exactly how much you stand to make with your home sale. My guarantee sale offer is simple. I'll sell your home at 100% of market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Take it from me, Mark Cox, an actual client. Sell with certainty and an upfront guarantee with Gloria Liu. Call 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com. Go to the website. You can learn more about Matt Hayes. He's the owner. He's going to come and inspect to determine the property repair that is needed on your cracked concrete. You've got sinking concrete. It can lead to trips, falls. It can even lead to structural concerns. He was telling me about a crack in a floor of a garage that turned into a serious disaster because of the bubble, the space, and the underneath the concrete of the garage floor. It got bigger and bigger. It collapsed inside. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. That might not be the extent of your problem, but if you have cracked concrete and it has become unsightly, but more importantly, a safety hazard, you need Matt Hayes. You need Home Shield Foundation Repair. Come out and look at it and tell you how they can provide a cost-effective solution for this problem. 314-227-9636, 314-227-9636. Give them a call. Tell them Annie sent you and find out how this can get solved in a cost-effective way. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
Everyone needs to have at least one person in their corner in life. When you don't, it's an extremely lonely and frightening place to be. But knowing you have that one person gives you peace and hope. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Since 1988, myself and my firm have been in so many corners for so many clients for so many years. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason, and it's not even close. We fought like hell for you. We fight the bullies, automobile insurance companies, the makers of unsafe products, medical providers who injured or killed their own patients.